wire findings, brand new findings that you've never even seen before, all to look forward to today. And of course, it can't be a designer inspiration show without the designer to inspire us. And so let's see who it is. Hark over. It is the beautiful, the talented, the somewhat crazy, but we love her for it, Laura Binding.
And there it is.
And that is it.
That is it. That is why we don't work together.
That's it, and that's why we don't work together ever. We haven't been together for ages,
No.
so watch out. Lethal concoction of the binding and the car. You know, car binding. It sounds a little bit wrong, doesn't it? Yep, that's why they don't put us together. But we're together for 4 full hours, and it is going to be a full 4 hours. We can guarantee that. Laura's given me a big nod because we've got loose gemstones for you. We've also got the most exceptional kits. You know, the designer inspiration kits on today's show are exquisite. But do you know what? We're starting as we mean to go on. As you noticed in the morning show, heading into our afternoon show, I have got for you brand spanking new pearls, and pearls on pearls on pearls on pearls on pearls on pearls on pearls and pearls on pearls on pearls. Oh yeah, they go on. They go on. They're pearls, they're pearls. I'm quite excited about this deal. May you have noticed that. I even thought that I was Jenny from the block giving you a bit of rap there. That's how much I am into this deal. It's ridiculously brilliant. It's the first of many ridiculously brilliant deals today. I'm talking about the price of pearls to all intents and purposes. Well, you heard Gemma Crow making the estimate of $24.95. That's because they're luxury size Baroque pearls. That's a good price point to achieve for Baroque pearls that are 11 by 10. Then you heard Bex, and Bex said $21.95. She thought she was kind of pushing the boundaries on price tag. If you heard what I said, I will take Becky's price of $21.95 and I will halve it. Yes, I have just said, see, that's why I was rapping. That's why I'm so excited, because this is probably one of the most extraordinary pearl deals that we have in our stock list right now. There isn't anything bigger, there isn't anything better in my mind than owning 11mm pearls, Baroque, which reminds us that they're natural. These are not synthetic, mass-produced bits of plastic that look pretty, but they're not really pearls. These are the real deal. By Baroque pearls, you get that gorgeous, natural, sumptuous quality. The price point on these is somewhat ridiculous. I've already got web buyers multi-buying on this. You know how low we can go. I said take Becky's $21.95 price tag and I will halve it. What I didn't say was actually I'll halve it and I'll still give you some more money off. Yes, we're already going to do it with the first deal of our designer inspiration show. Oh, pick up your handbags, because I feel like it's going to be one of those moments where you've got to go, oh. Take a look at 9. I'm so bewilderedly excited about this. Can you tell? I'm quite chuffed by this price tag. I think you get my vibes that I think this is a pretty amazing deal. In fact, I don't think, I know it's an amazing deal. Do you know that our buyers are out right now trying to buy you some gemstones? And there is a big thing that I've just received an email. Literally, in fact, where's the email? Oh, where's my phone gone? Hang on. The email reads, Steve's out buying gems at the moment. Hang on, I may as well read it out while I've got it in front of me. Oh, I've got a friend who's just text messaged me. That's nice, isn't it? But it says, at the world's biggest gemstone show, all gems have gone through the roof, some by 200 to 300%. Some gemstones have gone up by 200 to 300%, depending on site. Miners, oh my goodness me, miners and cutting houses even refusing to quote a price, saying, make us your best offer and we'll confirm at the end of the show. That's never happened before. It literally says, Steve has just emailed, it's Steve's email, and he just said, we have never ever experienced such a time in gemstones. And that's what we've got to remember. The price of gems is changing. And according to Yaz, and according to the gem industry right now, the only way is up. The prices are going up. Thank you for everybody singing in my ear that song. At $9.95 is all you pay. When we know the prices are going up on pearls, what have we done? We take the price down. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's why you've got to buy it while it's here. These are genuine pearls. We only offer you genuine gemstone pearls, and we're giving you the luxury multi-buyers galore on this deal. At South Yorkshire, Kent, West Midlands, at Lanarkshire, Devon, County Tyrone, Yorkshire, Surrey, Norfolk, Nottingham, Dorset, London, Midlothian, Buckinghamshire, Hampshire, Devon, Yorkshire, Midlands, Hampshire again, Argyll and Bute, Staffordshire, Kent, Tyne and Wear. It's fair to say that we've got a lot of people. Ooh, Roxburghshire. Is that how I say it? Roxburghshire? I didn't even know there was a place called Roxburghshire. Well, I've learned something new there. Hello, that's Laura joining me in Roxburghshire. Bushire. Am I saying that right? I didn't even know that there was a shire in Roxburgh. I don't even know where. 9 at 95. Look, we're learning something new today. Roxburghshire.
Sounds cool, doesn't it?
It does sound like a very cool place to live.
Where are you from? Roxburghshire.
Yeah. Where am I from? County Durham.
Brizzle.
Yeah, where are you from?
Bristol.
Yeah. We'd rather be from Roxburghshire. At 9.95 is all that you pay. Can I put this against the neckline and just remind everybody who's watching that when you see pearls like this, you don't have to know every kind of technique. Actually, the fact of the matter is a restrand on pearls like this is established quality jewellery. It is established quality jewellery. One of my friends was talking about her pearl experience. She went to a what's it called, you know those stores that are on different levels, department shop. That's it. A department store. I couldn't think of what it was called. I was going to say like Viennetta, but a shop. You know, like layers of a shop. Anyway, I digress. And she said that she was looking at some pearls and they were £300, well, £299 they were. And she said when she went to the lady, because there was a lady behind the counter, and said, excuse me, you know, are they real? The lady looked and went, no, they're just synthetic pearls. Who's got £300 to spend on pretendy things like plastic? I mean, it's crazy to think that, isn't it? You've got the real deal here for £9.95. You make your own jewellery, you make your money go further. That's an absolute fact. If you do want to join us, we have so many people who have made up some fantastic jewellery, gone to get their pearl jewellery then valued and seen 4, 5, 6, 7 times the valuation of what they actually paid. You know, even an investment of time, they're still receiving so much more financial gain by creating their own jewellery. And it's always worthy of if you are somebody who's interested in the price of your jewellery once you've made it. There's nothing wrong with going to your local jeweller shop. They might charge you for valued, they might charge you for that kind of position, but that's okay. If it's something that you're interested in and you really want to get a noteworthy aspect to your jewellery and pricing, maybe it's worth doing it once. You know, once is always interesting, isn't it? At £9.95, I don't think there's going to be many jewellers that would dare to even expect half of this look, a third of this look, 2 or 3 of these pearls going for £9.95. I don't think so. It's very, very busy today, and rightly so. If I've got any of these left, I will say, if I've got any of these left, there won't be many left by the end of this hour. So please make sure that if you've joined me on the web, you check out your baskets. The phone lines are still heaving, and I do literally mean heaving. A lot of people were doing the same as Gemma and Bex, both of them suggesting over £20 on this strand, and we've taken them to £9.95. And Laura, the potential is endless. As I say, for me, I'm very traditional in my jewellery pearls. I'm a classic, you know, neckline person. What about you? Where do you go with these? Because the size probably gives you more scope, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think for those, I would be buying a couple, because first of all, I'd be thinking, well, like you say, you would set it in a standard necklace. But if you wanted to sort of make it a little bit more sort of contemporary, you could you've got a pair of earrings, you've got a bracelet, and then you can start going down and using it one single stone. You know, a lot of brides don't like a lot around their neck. They like it to be quite simple, so that sort of illusion pearl. So a very fine sterling silver chain, and one of those just hanging as a drop, or even linking the 2 bits of chain together. Gorgeous. And one on each ear, a ring, and that's just 3 of them used. So, you know, I would be buying a couple to make a real statement piece, but then a couple to really sort of make it sort of go far. And
one of the things that I've noticed recently in quite a lot of the shops is that they're starting to twist and do torsade necklaces again.
Yeah.
I think the torsade necklace, twisted necklace, this, let me show you here, this is the kind of look that you know has got a vintage feel to it instantly. Downton's back on next week. Downton Abbey's back on next week, so we're going all back into the 1920s. Do you? Oh, see, it's interesting. I know.
I've never watched it.
I only saw the last couple of episodes, but by goodness me, it was addictive once you. It's amazing. But you know what I love about it? It's that real vintage class, that sophistication of style, you know, that real sense of elegance and femininity all rolled into one. I think in many ways a torsade necklace, a twisted necklace like this would be so additional to your jewellery designs. You know, when you've got a classic pearl necklace, a twisted necklace, even more dynamic. Let's have this one against the neckline as well. Don't forget the big Baroque pearls that you've got there. That's the cream pearls that you've got, are $9.95. Now I only have 20 left of the big pearls, okay? So if you want those, 20 left, like that's going to be a sellout. Guaranteed that's going to be a sellout. How about I do an add it to your order deal on the peach pearls? Yeah? Let's do it now. Let's do it now. Let's do it. Actually, that would be quite nice with my outfit this mind, wouldn't it? You know, well, we just never know. Watch out if they go missing, you know, where they are. This would be a great addition. As again, just twisting up the look, just instead of going for a single classic drop, you could twist them up. That's nice. That is again something different, but of course, if you're clever enough, and I'm not suggesting that I could do this, but I'm sure there's a lot of our amazing designers out there, what you can do is a double drop design like this, that then you could adapt. And, you know, if you wanted 2 looks for one, you could then have it linked together that you could then twist them and have 2 looks for the price of one. I'm doing good thinking today, aren't I, Ben, aren't I? Can you tell I've been off for a couple of days? It's when you're off for a couple of days, you just get a...
Start flowing.
That's it, the thoughts flow. I never have flowing thoughts. I don't know about anyone else, but these days, my thoughts are anything but flowing. You know, other things flow, you know, but just, yeah. It's like an arid landscape, my thoughts, most of the time. I blame my age. Take a look at what you've got the chance to. Right, okay. Okay, there's a sellout. There's a sellout. And now let's give you, would you call them dark peach or they're rich peach? That's for sure. I don't know whether they're dark because I think dark means that it's quite dramatic, whereas these are much more fresh. You know, they're
quite vibrant, sort of. They're what I would call almost like a salmony pink, aren't they?
Yeah, they
like
are,
a sort
definitely.
of a salmony peachy kind of.
Agreed. It's very much your top.
Yeah, actually it is. It would go.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
So watch out. Not only am I thieving those, Laura's got her eye on these pearls. Lovely. If you do want to join us, it's pearls all the way here with us right now. And I tell you what, it's going to be an added to your order already. The first 4 bidders, the first 4 people to buy, right, they've already multi-bought. 2, 3 and 2. That's my multi-buyers out of 4, 5. And now the 5th person's just multi-bought as well. That's a buyer in London. And then I've got somebody just joining me in from South Yorkshire. Congratulations to you. Mona, you've got yours in Essex. Nina's got hers in Kent. Irene has joined me in Sussex. Martina's there in Meath. Where's Meath? Look, I feel like I'm learning new places. Meath's in Scotland, I know, but I don't know whereabouts in Scotland. Meath. Is it near a heath? And is there lots of Keith? And everybody's got teeth. I'm stopping now. If you would like to join us, if you do want to join us, now's the time to do so. Did I say Scotland? I meant to say Ireland. It's County Meath, isn't it? Yes, sorry, I think I said Scotland by accident. That's because at the same time as I was reading the names coming through, I had somebody in the Highlands of Scotland, so I must have said Scotland at the same time there. Sorry about that. If you do want to join us, these beautiful, vibrant peach colours, straight drilled. Again, you've got your Baroques. What did we do with that last deal? Sell-out deal at $9.95, yeah? Okay. Should we go lower on these? Should we be cheeky? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. You've got all the qualities of beautiful luxury pearls. The range on these is 10 by 9 to 12 by 10. So still we're talking luxury size pearls for $7.95. Now this is a bit of a wake-up call for all of our guest designers and all of our designer inspiration lovelies who are obviously waiting for the treats today. The treats are going to come like this. We're going to besiege you with deals. I like that word. Besiege. If you do want to join us, £7.95. I'm in a bit of a funny mood this afternoon. I was all right on this our sister channel of Gems this morning, but I have been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I have a feeling that might have something to do with why I'm being a bit weird now. You know, by 5 o'clock, can you imagine what am I going to be like? Oh, watch and see. £7.95 you've got there. Lovely to have your company. Patricia in Manchester's joined me. Lincoln, Derbyshire. I've got Carol in Cleveland. Julie's there in Nottinghamshire. Margaret's in Tyne Weir. Multi-buyers again confirmed on this deal. £7.95. I will put them together just so you can see how delightful they look. So far, we're talking about the classic qualities of pearl. How do you fancy we stick on the principle of birthstones, because of course June's birthstone is pearl. How about we stick on the principles of birthstones and stick on the principles of under £10? Oh! This is going to be one of those days where I look back and go, oh, I love it. And maybe it's just working with you. Maybe you're my catalyst for joy.
Maybe I'm what sends you crazy, is what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right then, let's do another deal for you. We've already guaranteed you pearls under £10 in a mega deal. You must make sure you stay on those phone lines for the pearls. Okay, I know there's people just holding, and we appreciate it. It's a free phone number that you're dialing, so we'll process your call as fast as we can. Be patient though, your reward will be getting those amazing pearls for less than £10. We just begin though with our birthstones. Now birthstones across the board, you're talking about garnets, we're talking about amethyst, we're talking about perhaps some well-known stones that we don't get the chance to see very often, like tourmaline. Now then, this strand is a full 8mm combination of tourmaline. Your more darker, richer colours. This is going to go wonderfully well with our first kit today. 8mm rounds. Tourmaline is a collector's gemstone. Tourmaline is a stone that quite simply has a lot of jewellers and jewellery makers very much working and being creative thanks to its colour spectrum, its colour texturing as well. And one of the most interesting things is that you can go to some of the biggest designers in the world, and this is the gemstone that will sit at the front of their shop window. In fact, I was in London this weekend, just gone. Anybody who joins me on Facebook, I posted a picture of me with Big Ben literally just above me going, guess where I am? And everybody guessed right, oddly. You know, I know, well done to everybody knowing their sights of the city. And when I was there, we did do a little bit of shopping. You can't go to London without doing a little bit of shopping now, can you? And one of the things that I wanted to do was go to Bond Street to look at the gemstones, look at the design, see what's going on. And one of the things that I found fascinating is some of the gemstones that we kind of take for granted as part of our everyday stock list are gemstones that sit in the forefront of the jeweller shop windows of some of the biggest names in the world. Boucheron, Cartier. You know, we're talking about names that hold status in the jewellery industry, are working with gemstones that we take for granted. We just go, oh yeah, we've got tourmaline. Oh yeah, we can't ever take these gemstones for granted. Tourmaline is a real status stone. It's something that we really do. We do offer you something special. Now, you know what it says, yeah? You know what it says. It says behind me, birthstones for under £10. I'm about to bring you, yes, this as well is going under £10. A strand like this, a feature of so much opportunity, and yours for the taking for just, it's got to be £9.95. £7.95 for tourmaline. For tourmaline, look how Bond Street. Bond Street, that's where I was, Bond Street. Oh, don't you just love to be inspired by people who've got money? I mean, I love it. I do, I love it. You know, I love the idea of how the other half lives. And, you know, when you watch those people in, like, Monte Carlo, and, you know, if you ever watch the Grand Prix, and that's in Monaco, and you see these people with these massive yachts, you know, good luck to them. I say that's wonderful. If you've been lucky enough and you're privileged enough to have such a wonderful life, that's fantastic. But I could be inspired by you. I probably will never have that kind of money unless I win the lottery. However, what I love to is be inspired by designers. I might not have the budget of 4 or 5 figure sums for jewellery, but I can be inspired to make my own jewellery with the same types of ingredients. Let's not underestimate, tourmaline is one of a deluxe gemstone type. It is a boutique gemstone, but I could create my own pieces, my own almost bespoke pieces, without having to break the bank. As I say, you know, unless I win the lottery, I can pretty much guarantee that most of the jewellers in Bond Street I can't afford to buy from. However, I can be inspired by them and then create my own wonderful pieces, still with genuine gemstones. I don't have to lose out on that. You know, I might not have a massive budget, but I can still work with Mother Nature's treasures. I can still create something special, and that's why you buy from us, because you have got that potential to get that luxury look for just $7.95. It's been a busy morning, and it's going to be a busy afternoon when we're doing deals like this one. Tourmaline for $7.95. Do a bit of research. Maybe type into your search on tourmaline jewellery. See what comes up. Maybe I like to go to auction houses. I like to go to the auction house websites because I love going there. There's a couple of big auctions happening in the next week. What day is it today?
Tuesday.
Tuesday the 16th. There's a big auction taking place in New York on the 19th, so is that Friday? Thursday or Friday, that's right. It's happening this week, I'm sure it's one of the big auction houses. Just take a look, right, and you'll see that you can be inspired by boutique. You'll know the estimate prices are like tens of thousands of pounds. Hairdos, but you can be inspired by the beauty, can't you? Be inspired to work with genuine gemstones. You might not be able to capture everything about it, but you can capture a lot about it. $7.95 is all you pay. Multi-buys galore, so hold the phone lines on that deal. Okay, we're going to pick up, because I've still got loads to fit in, and then we've got a hand out to Laura, where we're going to be inspired by creating wonderful, delicate earrings. And there's some really sense of wearability to your jewellery that you've got to make today. Okay, so where have we gone? We've been to tourmaline, which is October. We've been to June, which is pearls. Now let's go to August. What I'm about to pick up, with an advertisement of under £10, is totally and utterly 100% wrong. I've no hesitation in saying that. You know, I said that at the moment we've got our buyers out, you know, at one of the biggest gem fairs in the world. Well, they're out in Hong Kong at the moment. They go straight from Hong Kong to China, and when they're in China, they're trying to buy some more peridot. Now, all of the communications that we've had with all of our connections over in China is that there's nowhere near the quality that we're used to seeing, and the prices are rocketing, and I literally mean skyrocketing. Please know that what I'm about to pick up is not something that you should ever expect to see for under £10. And when I say it's under 10, I commit that it's going to happen, but I will never commit to it again. It's going to be it. Now, here, got to do it. It's your chance to get peridot, not even a half strand, a full strand of peridot for under £10. And what's extraordinary is the price on this deal. When you say under £10 to most of us, for especially, you know, the likes of myself, I'm an accredited jewellery professional. If I went into our production room right now and asked people to guess the price tag, I would be fairly confident in saying nobody would guess under 10. But if I said it's going under £10, they'd tell me it was £9.99. I mean, they wouldn't even let me take it to 5 pence lower than a teller. They'd say 1 penny under a tenner. But this is what we're about to do, an extraordinary opportunity. You have a vitality of colour. You know, this gemstone is essentially a bit of a miracle. You know, this gemstone is a bit of a miracle. Now, hang on a minute. Can anybody grab me a pen? Could I borrow a pen a second? I'm just going to grab a pen. Thanks, Pete. Okay, so this gemstone is made up like this. Hang on, let me write that again. This gemstone is made up like this. Let me write it down properly. MgSiO4. Yep. And then FeSiO4. There's a 2 somewhere. I think it's there. It's made up of this. essentially, you've got two elements that have found each other in Mother Nature. The two elements are MgSiO4, and that is phthalate, and FeSiO4, which is phosphorite. Now, these two elements are exceptionally rare, right? Really, really rare. So when you were writing peridot, this is how you'd do it, okay? You'd write it like this, MgFe in brackets, and SiO4. So this is how you'd write it. Because, I need to have a comma there actually, because in Mother Nature, these two elements have found each other. The phthalate and the phosphorite have found each other. And when they found each other, there is a balance. Now, whenever you see anything in brackets like this in the gem world, right, it basically means that it's either one or the other, or a mix between the two. Now, when you see this, you have, that's my phone now ringing. Apologies if you heard the buzzing, but obviously I had my phone to read you the email, so apologies that it's now buzzing away. When you see anything in brackets, it means that it's one or the other, or a balance between the two. The magnesium and the iron together create a balance between the colours. So the Mg, so the magnesium, is going to give you the more golden tones from peridot. The Fe is the iron, and that's going to give you the vitality of green. Now, when you've got these two together in this kind of combination, the silica and the oxygen, what happens? An extraordinary fusion of colour. You get the greens and the golden tones together. They are balanced in such a unique way that this miracle of a gemstone is created. This is peridot, and it should never, ever be under £10. But it's not under £10. Okay, I put my hands up. This is not under £10. It's not under 10. It's under £9. They're all going, Vix, it has to be, it's advertised under £10. We have to take it under £10. We're going to take it under £9 for you today. Let's go for it. It's a full 30 centimetre stranded gemstone that when you look at the oh! £6.95. Well, I could. What on? Where? How? What? Crikey on a bikey. It's as good as I'm going to get. That was close to... Whoa. Anybody guessing that price tag? Anybody guessing that price tag? Surely not. When I heard that I could take this under £10, I was thinking it's going to be under 9. It's going to be £8.95. You're going to get it no lower than £8.95. And even just to take it to £6.95, I mean, that just shows you what kind of buying power we have. But even now, as I speak, we're over in Hong Kong trying to buy gemstones. And as I say, Steve's sending emails that are saying £200, £300 price hike, probably 200 and 300% price hike on some of the gemstones that we're used to buying in big deals. We haven't got anywhere near that kind of buying power at the moment. Peridot, well, we have got every intention of heading straight from Hong Kong into China to try and source some more of this gemstone. Can we guarantee that? Not on your Nelly. Not on your Nelly. According to all the communications that we've had at the moment, peridot at the moment is skyrocketing with price as well. You know, all coloured gemstones are. The coloured gemstone world has never been stronger. It's never been anywhere near this kind of powerful. And the pricing is what has got to be accepted as the here and now pricing. When we've got it, you'll get it for this price point. Can I guarantee the price tag again? No. The balance between these gemstones, the balance between these elements is what makes the gemstone so unique. You know, I write that down, everyone. It's always a bit like a science lesson. It is, but it's when we understand why the gemstone shouldn't even exist, or when it does exist, how it's balanced with colour, that we appreciate it even more when we're working with it and making our own jewellery, isn't it? I've only got 20 left. 26 people now have put into their baskets and haven't checked out, but I've only got 20 left. Somewhere along the lines, that doesn't balance, doesn't it? Okay. Now this next deal, this is carnelian, isn't it? Okay, so we're not going to do birthstones, right? We're not doing birthstones because obviously carnelian's not part of the... Oh no. So we have to get rid of this graphic because it's not birthstones. So if we get rid of this graphic, This is a full findings pack. This is a full findings pack. A metre of your gold-plated chain. That's lovely. So a metre, and this is your extender chain as well, so it means that you know you've got plenty of charms and stuff like that. You know, like if you want to do additional links alongside. Then you've also got your toggle clasps, and you've also got your S-link clasps, and you've also got your shepherd hooks, and brand new connectors. Brand new connectors. Look at those. Everybody's raving about these connectors. Laura, have you seen these? I did them last week in silver, and honestly, the reaction, because they are so beautiful. Let me just move my hand again, and just so I can hold these up. There's the tweezers. I just want to hold them at the top so you can see. Look, there you go. You have this beautiful arc, so you could make maybe a trilogy necklace, a cascading pair of earrings. There's so much potential here to create some luxury jewellery. You've got spacer beads in this pack, you've got jump rings, and you've also got the carnelian. Now look, carnelian's obviously it's not a birthstone, it's not a birthstone at all. It's a very sought after gemstone from the Victoriana era, but it's not a birthstone. So if this is not now a birthstone under £10 deal, what about if we get rid of the birthstone bit, but we continue with the under £10 section? Do we like that idea? I like that a lot, when I then tell you all of this detail of findings, brand new chain, shepherd hooks, and a carnelian, lovely colouring of those nuggets, all one price tag. That price tag is going under £10, guaranteed. What price? £7.95. Linda, congratulations. Vanessa, Pauline, oh God, Greater Manchester, Nottinghamshire. Loads of people just gone, click, buy that one. If you're joining us on the web right now, don't forget, check out your baskets. It's not yours until you check out your basket, and we have had already oversubscribed deals so far this morning, which means that if you see it and you like it today, heed the warning that if you don't check out your baskets, there's absolutely no guarantee that any of the deals are yours. There's a lot of people watching today. It is busy, and that means it's lovely to have your company when we're doing so much inspiration from the lovely Laura, and of course, as I say, some mega deals from myself. I've got for you some real treats. I mean, you might actually look at some of these deals and think to yourself, oh, I could put this together with X, Y, and Z. I mean, we've got this fantastic first designer inspiration, and I would say most of what you've got in this findings pack, the chain, these beautiful arced connectors, would go wonderfully well with the gemstones that you have coming up. I've got double strands of tourmaline, garnet, sunstone, apatite, pearls, moonstone. You've got a cascade, it feels like a waterfall of gemstones coming your way, and they're going to be with gold wire. We'll put the gold wire alongside these fantastic connectors and add in perhaps the likes of your tog clasp. Well, that's a luxury look altogether, isn't it? I mean, I would probably be inclined to say add in a bit of garnet, just because I think always like the yellows and the golds and the claret reds just look so luxurious, don't they? But the actual findings themselves, just £7.95. It's a deal and a half, really, isn't it? £7.95. So we've stuck with the under £10 theme. You know, as I say, we've got every intention of making this a big show today. So with that in mind, you know that you look away for a second and you're going to lose out on something special. Laura's going to inspire us with this. It's probably one of the most extraordinary kits for our designer shows that I've seen for ages. I mean, in many ways, this feels like it could be 2 or 3 kits together. Yeah. Did you feel like that?
It's just beautiful. I mean, the scope for what you can do with that kit is just amazing. I mean, I've barely scratched the surface with what you could do with it. It's just
and
gorgeous.
I think in some ways, what you're going to show us today is just showing how far gemstones like this can go.
Definitely.
You know, you're probably going to be using maybe an inch or two of a full 30, 40, 50 centimetre strand. So in principle, you know, everything that you're going to show us, you could make 5 or 6 times over.
Well, you can do it in all the different colourways of the gemstones. So although I've shown it with one certain colour, you can do it with every single strand that's there. I've just chosen that one colour. So yeah, you know, it's gorgeous, and I think it's a really nice base palette as well. So those pearls would go beautifully with it, the peridot, all of them.
And this is it.
Yes.
This is it. It's just, I described it this when I came into the studio when I first saw this, was just a waterfall of Mother Nature, because when you see all of these gems together, I just feel like you're in a cascade. Oh. Have you ever wanted to go? I went when my husband took me on honeymoon. He took me to Hawaii, and it was such a treat, such a treat. And we went to Hawaii, and we went on it's called the Road to Havana. Road to Havana. It's something like that. It begins with a H, and it's this treacherous road, and it literally is right on the rock edge, right, and you have to ride. Oh, you know, it's quite lethal. I kind of thought to myself, hell, we've only just been married. Is he trying to get rid of us already? Seriously. But you can pull into these little stop gaps, and if you walk just say a minute into the rock, you then find these waterfalls, and there's like maybe about 20 stopping areas where you can find different waterfalls, and you know, when you have like an image in your head that never leaves you, you know, I'll take it to my grave of that moment where my husband and I could walk under a waterfall and just feel this is how I had my image when I saw this. I just thought of this waterfall, but instead of it being water, it was just the beauty of rainbow colours of Mother Nature's gems. I mean, obviously not on my head because that would probably hurt, but you know, this waterfall, it's a resplendent display of gemstones here. I think this is probably one of my favourite guest designer kits that we've had for a very, very, very long time. I think this is one of those mega deal offers. What is it that you're getting here? Well, you're getting a combination of double strands of tourmaline. See, that in its own right, what have we just been talking about with tourmaline? You know, we just said it's a gemstone that designers are really focusing on heavily at the moment, and we've got a full double strand deal on this piece. So this is an 86 centimetre strand, 86 centimetres of tourmaline. Then you've got a further 86 centimetres of garnet. We're then giving you a further 84 centimetres. Is it 84? Have I said that right? 86 again. 86 centimetres of sunstone. So 80, 160, 200. So that's over two and a half metres almost. Over 2.5 metres of gemstones already that we're giving you in this deal. I haven't even stopped there though, eh? Let's add in your double strand of apatite. So that's taking you to what, 3 metres? Yep. Pretty much 3 metres of gemstones in this deal already. Should we stop there? Potentially yes. But we don't, because we then add in another double strand. This one's 84 centimetres of moonstone. So that then means, where did I get to? 3 metres? So what? Over 3.5, nearly 4 metres of genuine gemstones that I'm offering in this deal already. And then, just when you go, well, that has to be it. And surely you've got to agree with me, Laura. You've got to get to a point where you go, that's got to be it. 5 feature strands: garnet, tourmaline, sunstone, apatite, moonstone. That's enough to make.
Yeah, and then you put your hand in the bag and it just keeps on coming.
And then it just keeps on coming. 3 additional strands of pearls. Oh, yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And they are beautiful pearls. I love these pearls. This is gorgeous. You have got your mink, you've got champagne, and you've also got your dusky pinks. They have got to be the most elegant, sophisticated, exquisite pearls. I love these pearls. I make it known now, I love these pearls. And if you did get this pearl strand, could you imagine the marriage between this combination? You could do the larger pearls working with then a cascade of the smaller pearls. I mean, they're not exactly small, they're 6 mil, and 6 mil pearls within the jewellery industry, you're only 1 mil off being a classic, you know, average size. So they're not that much smaller, but by getting the smaller stones, it means you've got much more detail and intricacy of design to come alongside. I love this. Mink, pink and your champagne colours. And I tell you what, for me, I could have just done with that. Would you agree? I think in some ways we could have said, there's one designer kit,
and there's
two designer kits.
Yes.
Have a good time.
Most definitely, but when you do combine them all together, they are just stunning as well. It was just amazing.
This is going to fly. How many have I got? I had, should I say, because I've already got people buying, I had 100 to allocate. Now, for most people, you go, oh, that's a big quantity. No, 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 no. Not for a deal like this one. 100's going to be nowhere near enough. I mean, double strands. Did I say over 400 metres, or did I say 500 metres? 500 metres of, pardon me, 5 metres, not 500 metres. 500 metres, that would be wrapping around the world. No, 5 metres of genuine gemstones within this one deal. Extraordinary pearls. Those pearls have just got me totally fascinated. I think they are probably my favourite coloured pearl combination. Mink, pink and champagne. Plus we're going to add in, of course, this is a guest designer bundle, so we've got to add in the inspiration of foundations to your jewellery making, and that's your wire. And you've got here a combination of 0.25mm gauge 100 metre spool of your gold coloured wire. And we're topping it off with 10 metres of your 0.8, again with your gold finish. And that combination, this is without doubt one of the nicest designer bundles I have seen for a very, very, very long time. Certainly the first time that I've ever put to you 5 metres of gemstones and then told you you're going to make a saving of over £20 on this deal. Yep. Over £20 saving. This is your designer inspiration. We're going to create a wonderful luxury look. We're going to be inspiring you. Laura's going to show you different ways to create elegant framing of the face with earrings, and all yours for the taking. One price tag, over 5 metres of featured gemstones, including those exquisite pearls, and for just one price tag. Should be £53.50. See, I think that that's justifiable. 5 metres of genuine gemstones, garnets, moonstone, apatite, tourmaline, 3 lots of pearls, and all the wire. I think £53.50 makes sense, but actually we're going to take you so much lower. Over £20 saving. Now that is a heck of a saving. That is one amazing. I'd pay that for the pearls. Would you not agree that for the pearls alone, that seems like an awesome price point. For me, the elegance of these pearls is just, it's just so special. I adore them. And then to offer you, as I say, all these double strands. And lots of the time, I think a lot of people enjoy working with the nuggets because there is that sense of getting more for your money. There is that sense of being able to bring different gemstones together without having to you know, cost you the earth. $29.95. Web buyers, you know what I'm going to say to you, don't you? You must check out your baskets. You must join us. Judy, you've already got yours. Andrea, Rachel, Vanessa, Anne, Janine, John and Susan, Pamela, Tracy, Yvonne, June, Rani. You've got yours. Debbie, Susan J's in Cornwall. Hi, Susan. Leslie's there in West Yorkshire. This has got to be, in my mind, this has got to be a sellout deal because you're getting too much for too little to lose out. You know, you've got too many gemstone opportunities. You've got too little a price tag to ever feel anything other than you must be part of this deal. You know, when you get this home and when you start to unravel it, when you start to see how much and you put it in front of you, remind yourself you paid £29.90, not £50+, which is still an amazing price tag. £50 is brilliant, but £29.95 is all you pay. Okay, we're going to head over to the lovely Laura, who is going to inspire us on this mega deal. I mean, Laura, in some ways, you probably could have done a whole designer inspiration show, 4 hours from just this combination, couldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, and again, the tones are just my kind of tonal gemstone. So, for me, I'd be thinking if I was at home you know, doing this myself, I would be thinking, okay, I would do a Tree of Life pendant. I would do several probably. You know, you could do a whole range, but you could also use the pearls for the Tree of Lives as well. So you don't have to use chips. I know, you've got a stackers, you've got stacker bracelets, you've got such a massive scope of what you could do. They're stunning. I would do twisted, you know, almost tiara technique, twisted all together, bracelets and necklaces and tiaras and
the pearls. I mean, that's just beautiful. I think I need to get this just to have those pearls. Honestly, I'd buy this just for the pearls because I think they are so elegant.
Yeah.
You need to know that I like this a lot. I'm trying to work out, while you're demoing, whether I'll be able to make myself 3 pieces of jewellery just out of the stuff.
Well, of course you could. I mean, yeah, this is what, I mean, all my stuff's still in bags, because I've put it all back in the bags, although I've cut them.
Oh my life,
still put it in
all
the bag.
Of the things that you've made.
Still got the sunstone.
Wow.
I've still got this much in pearls. You know, it's absolutely tons there.
$29.95. I'm looking at these pearls and I think I could justify £10 a strand just for those pearls because I love them that much. But I don't have to, because then obviously I'm giving you a further 5 metres of gemstones on top. 5 metres, including garnet, of course, January's birthstone, tourmaline, October's birthstone. You've got moonstone, which is June's birthstone. So you've got loads of scope. Apatite with those turquoises. Going to go very nicely with the moonstone as well, the apatite, isn't it?
Well, they all go, don't they? You look at them there. There's not one that clashes.
No, you're right. Do you think it's the tone of colour, like the depth of it?
They're quite sort of matte and sort of earthy colours as well still, if you know what I mean. But for me, they're also very recognisable. I knew what those gemstones were just by looking at them. I could tell.
True.
Sometimes you look at a gemstone and you think, oh, I'm not quite sure what that is, but I think anybody could, well, you know, anybody who's been doing jewellery would be able to look at them. And it was only when I first started working with the sunstone, because first of all, I thought they were carnelian, just when I was looking at my bag without looking at them properly. When I started to put them onto the thing, I was like, oh my goodness, it's sunstone, because I saw all of the glitter.
And I can't remember the last time I saw sunstone like this. You can see that the copper internal texturing. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise I was out of shot there. You can see the glistening away. Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. $29.95. Oh, I think this is my nicest designer, kit.
Bundle as such, yeah. And also you get the wire. I mean, you get 100 metres of 0.25 wire, and again of the.
And like you say, in the twisted vines. The twisted vines.
So it starts.
The twisted vines are very important, aren't they?
They are very important, you know, and they're really good having that 0.25 wire. Excuse me. A lot of people get. Sorry, got cold. A lot of people get. Sorry. A bit worried about using 0.25 wire, but it's actually a really lovely wire to use, especially if you want to do weaving, if you want to create that sort of more delicate design. And again, you can use it with a 0.8 wire. You could even use it with 0.6 because it's fine enough for you to do. So you can create really delicate, especially with those pearls, designs.
I need to while you're demoing, I will promise to pay attention. However, I just want to make something. Yeah, I just want to make, they're lovely. Okay, I know that this should be a sellout. So if I have any left by the end of this, then something's not quite right. Okay, quantity of stock is now limited, but I still have stock remaining. Let's show you some of the jewellery that you could be making. Now, obviously, this is just a, in some ways, this is just a taster of the potential of this combination, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, it's just what you can do. The thing is, everything that I've done, you could do in any of the colourways. Yeah. So, you know, I've chosen to use the garnet because I wanted quite a nice, rich-looking pair of earrings with the sort of scroll work. So I chose to use the garnet for that. For the pearls, I just thought they were a fun everyday wear, and I had to use the apatite because this is just me. It's my kind of colour, isn't it? And there's some moonstones splattered in amongst it. I have actually used a little bit of everything.
I think the colour with the gold against any of those gemstones, it just adds a sumptuous finish, doesn't it? And that's the thing is because it's gold, it does have that adaptability about it, that style that instantly works. And you know, that lovely neckline piece where you've just dotted in the pearls alongside the sunstone, then you've given us this beautiful, like, it's leaf formation. It really just works, doesn't it? It just works and works and works.
I just wanted to show that, you know, everything will go with everything. I mean, I have literally used a little bit. It might only be a few little chips here and there, but I have literally used all of them within those designs in some way, and there's not one of them that don't clash. You could make a real feature where you just fill it up with gemstones, a bit of everything. I would just put them in a pot, cut a section off of each strand, put them in a pot and just pick them up.
Yeah.
You know,
just play with them
just
like
put
that.
it all in, just get around them.
Definitely.
You know?
So what are you going to show us?
I'm going to show a bit of everything, really.
See, I was about to say, can you give us a bit of a... it feels like this might be the time to taste.
Yeah.
You know, to try something out and go, OK, so I'm going to try this out on this design, but then I could apply that to this design. So we're going to give you a little bit of a taste test of different wire designs.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's go for it.
OK, cool.
Taste test away.
Taste test.
I did. When I went to the Champagne region this year for our holidays, we did champagne taste testing. It was such a trauma. It was so hard. I mean, I felt dedicated to tasting every single bottle of champagne.
Well, you had to do it, really. You know.
It was hard, but someone had to do it.
I know. So you took one for the team.
I took it for the team, for all of us, and I tasted the champagne.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ben. I'd like to thank my mum and dad for all the support and that.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start off by sort of explaining. I'm going to probably do the centre ones first, the ones with the pearls. They're actually all in one, so they're actually all done with just one piece of wire.
Oh, really?
So the earring hooks are actually, they're all part of the frame as well.
Cool, we're going to do it all in one.
We're going to do it all in one?
Go on then, go for it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do...
Ow.
So when we do earrings, I know it sounds obvious, but if you're going to do so for these, cut your two pieces of wire at the same time, you know, so that you can make sure that they are going to be the same size. Do one bit first, then do it on the other, you know, if you're going to be doing it, so that you can make sure you keep that symmetry, because otherwise, you know, what happens often is it might be slightly longer than the other one, or, you know, just slightly off. And so to take that little bit of time to sort of stage them, cut the wires the same size and work them stage by, keep checking, keep measuring, and that will get you a nice pair of equal earrings. Yeah,
okay,
but as best you can, really. So I'm gonna, this is why we don't work together.
Why?
I'm not going to measure.
We're not going to measure. Excellent. So about this.
About this.
That length?
Yeah. This is why you and Mark get on so well.
About that length?
About this length. I'll measure it for you.
7.5, 8. 8
inches.
Okay.
About. This is probably too much. And what I tend to use a lot is my ring mandrel.
You love it, don't you?
I do.
I love it.
I do love it. I do. I'll do it for you.
I love it.
Right, so what I'm going to do, the reason I use the ring mandrel so much is because you get really nice, you know, consistent shape, so you can sort of, if you've got a size, then you will know that they'll be the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I want these to be quite large, I'm actually just going to go right to the bottom of the ring mandrel, and then I'm just going to bring the wires round. And I actually want one side to be slightly longer than the other, because one's going to be the hook,
yeah,
and the other one's just going to wrap and create that finishing spiral.
Okay, but it doesn't have to be dramatically much longer, so you've probably got like maybe 2 inches on one side and maybe 2.5 to 3 inches on the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just keep you as my personal
measure?
Work out.
It's like I have a husband who's my walking calculator.
Yeah,
I'll be your walking ruler.
Yeah, awesome. Job done. Right. So a key thing that I tend to use a lot, just to help keep the wire in shape, is my hammer and my sort of steel block. I've used that throughout most of these designs, and the other inspiration as well, because especially if you're using a thicker wire, what will happen is the wire will spring out. So if I put, I mean, this isn't too bad because it's a finer wire, it's a 0.8, but if I was using a thicker one, someone could just spring out of shape. If you hammer it, it just keeps it locked in that shape.
I have a hammer.
I have a hammer.
I have a block. And I've got some wire.
Awesome.
Shall I do a quick deal?
Go on.
Quick deal while we're talking about hammers and blocks then. That wasn't planned, but Lycra Pete, as speedy as he is in his Lycra, has just offered us a hammer and block with some wire. That's why he wears Lycra, because he's so speedy. We have got here your stainless steel chasing hammer, steel block, and your 10 metres of twisted copper coloured wire. So this is a bundle which, I mean, it's essential really if you want to work hard on your wire, if you want to add texture to your wire.
Yeah.
And this is the main hammer that you'll see most of our guest designers working with. This is something that really is an essential, and the block just gives you that foundation base that you have to hammer onto, don't you?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, obviously you don't want to just go hammering onto your worktop, and obviously it absorbs it as well. I tend to put mine on top of a coaster or something like that. Drives my husband mad because he just hears me going ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
It's mental, but it's got to be done.
It has to be done, just to harden
But
your
putting
wire,
it on
etc.
something to sort of absorb the shock as well, like a cushion or, you know, folded up something, and then it makes it a little less noisy.
Perfect. Your price tag on this deal, you've got the hammer, the block, and you've also got, oh, this is 0.4 mil twisted wire. Everybody's been asking me about this one. Copper, 0.4 mil gauge, 10 metres of the twisted. Your price tag should be $18.85. The price you're actually paying, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Could be dangerous. $11.95 is all you pay, so you get your hammer and block and the wire. And you're saying that really essentials for this type of adding texture, but also durability and work hard in your wire.
Yeah, and just to help retain its shape as well. So, you know, obviously, if it just, I mean, the finer wire, I wouldn't hammer really ideally at anything lower than a 0.8 anyway, because if you hammer it too hard, what can happen is it will flatten and then it will snap because it's so fine. I would lightly hammer this, not to flatten it, not for visual, but just to give it, just to help it maintain its shape. In the second project, I'll do a little bit of hammering, so I can explain it then. But that twisted wire would look beautiful as part of the design in the hoop earrings. If you were to use that as a feature, they would look, again, the mixed metals are really in as well at the moment.
Totally. So
okay,
we've done our little.
Yep. So I would have just lightly hammered it, and so what I've got my circle, and what I would do is I would then get my second piece of wire, and I would form that, and then what I would be able to do is make sure that they're looking at about the same size, because this is the time to sort of tweak it. All I'm doing is just literally wrapping it around. It doesn't matter if they are equal, as long as you've got one length of wire that is going to be long enough to be the hook. That's the main thing.
Okay.
So if I place that on there, I can see that one's slightly smaller, so I would just tweak that.
You'd adapt it now.
Just adapt it now. So all I'm doing is just pushing it out a little bit, and I can see, I'll move that up a bit for you, just placing that on there, how they are the same size.
Yeah, happy.
Okay, and it is quite important you get that. I know it sounds really silly, but at these little stages, they will notice. I know you can get away with a few things in equal ears, but... So what I'm going to do now is just take the wire that I know is going to be my hook.
That's the longer one,
The longer one, yeah. If you've got a longer one, then it would be the longer one. And just again, there's a bit of a cross just here. What I want is the wire to sort of just... I just want to turn the wire so it stands like that. So you've got that, okay? And then that's going to then just continue around. And then with this wire here, the shorter one, this has got to be a little bit careful because you can distort the shape of it here. But just holding, I'm literally holding that whole part of the sort of frame, and just gently getting that wire around. It doesn't have to be really super tight. It's just so that you can sort of lock it. Okay, so I've just locked it around once, and I don't want to, I've just got it around again one more time, so it's nice and secure and locked. Okay, it looks nice on both sides. That little tail there will become our spiral. That will just cover things as well. Okay, and then all you do is literally a matter of filling it in with the gemstones. But what you do have to remember is we're using a 0.25 wire, so it is quite a fine wire, and you want to make sure that you strengthen this, because obviously these, if they're not strengthened, it could sort of fall back out because it's quite a fine wire. It's not going to just lock it in.
So what does that mean? What do you mean by?
So if you see this, they're quite tightly sort of packed in there. But what I'll show you now, what we're going to do is you're just going to have to go around and strengthen them a couple of times. I'll turn them around, and you'll see where I've been bringing the wire through a couple of times. So you need to secure. So from the front, I mean, even from the back, it doesn't look overly messy, and you could, with your pliers, just move those wires out of sight. But it's just for you have to give it a bit more strength and security, because if you don't, they'll just kind of could break basically.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to cut a length of wire off, probably about 1 metre or so. Okay. And I'm just going to sort of anchor it in that original little twist that we've done here. So taking a little tail, I'm just going to wrap that around. Oops. And then thread on. And again, you could do this with the chips, but I wanted to do something with the pearls, and I wanted to do sort of a just about the pearls piece.
And this, the 0.25 goes through the pearls no problem.
Yeah, 0.25 will go through all of the gemstones. It's the one wire that you will get pretty much every gemstone on, yeah. Okay, so all I'm doing is I've actually got a little mixture in my beading tray here of all of them, of all the strands, just a little mixture.
Yeah, you've got the mink, the champagne and the pink together, haven't you?
Yeah, and I mean, they're only what have come off the end of the strands, and then I'm just going to thread a couple on. What I want to do is just sort of bring it to the side and wrap it around a couple of times, sort of once or twice. And this is what I'm saying now. So you'll see here how that's very
flimsy.
It's very flimsy, just because it has only got that one strand of wire going through. So what we need to do is build it up and just support those stones to give it a bit of strength. So then I'm just going to add a couple more on.
So am I strengthening once I've got all the gems in place, or am I doing it as I go?
No, we're going to try and fill it up as much as we can, and as we do it, we'll just keep securing it. So.
And securing means literally just like twist, like sewing in and out the wire. Just
it is. A lot of these designs are pretty much like sewing, which is quite ironic because I hate sewing.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's not. It's you're just securing, and this wire is like using a thread. Really.
Yes,
so
it is. That's why I wondered if that's the principle of it.
So again, I've just put another sort of 4 on, and I'm just going to place it. And you don't have to do it in any particular order. I'm just bringing it where it meets nicely against the frame. And again.
So you're not doing any kind of absolute has to do this. This number has to go on next. And
no, and it hasn't got to go up or down or anything like that. It's just laying there, and we're just gently. Oh, it's a V for Vicky.
Yay!
Little things. So I just thread a couple more on. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll just thread a couple more on, and then we'll show you how we strengthen it and form the earring, finding itself out of this whole piece. And you can see how quick and easy these are to do as well.
That's the thing, isn't it? Is that when you start to consider, and how little, I mean, you're looking at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 pearls on each. So for 25 pearls, you've got yourself, what would you classify as a show-stopping pair of earrings, wouldn't you? And
you can make a little pendant to match it.
Absolutely.
And pop it on a bit of chain, and you've got a lovely set.
And you've used probably 1/4 of a strand.
Oh yeah, if that, well, you can see how much I've got left.
Exactly.
And the other thing, it make a nice little bracelet feature, like a little centre part of a bracelet, and then you could use the other pearls to finish it off. So you know,
fabulous.
There's lots and lots of scope. So I'm just now going to start trying to fill this in a bit. So what you want to do is you don't want them to sort of come out of the frame of the you see what I mean about how it's all moving about?
Yeah.
So this is where you just got to tweak it about. So I've been looking at that and I'm thinking, right, really probably got one too many on, so I'll just undo that, remove one of the pearls. So don't try and force it to sort of all fit in, otherwise it's not going to look very pretty. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I won't fill it all up, I'm just going to show you. What I would do now is to support these, is just bring the wire around and sort of just go around the frame. So I'm just turning it around, and it's just to go in the middle of those rows that we've already done. And pull that wire and pull it so that it actually starts to anchor against the frame. Yeah, and you just want to give it, can you see how that's all starting to slide? So you just have to just gently manipulate it and strengthen it. So just again, bringing that wire around, bring it around.
And one presumes the more locking that you do, the stronger the
stronger the piece will be.
And the more they stay into place.
Yeah, definitely. And again, you can do this at this stage and then add a couple more on, because you'll have it established as to how much space you've got.
Yeah.
Because obviously if you try and fill it all completely up with stones, then you might find that it's going to just be too much, and then you've got to start trying to unpick it. But you can see straight away, just by doing that, it's giving it stability now.
Definitely.
And then bringing it around, and then I would then just that one little section like that is now a lot more secure. It's not wobbling about as much, and because it is so fine, it's invisible, it blends in, so it is quite, you know, it's strengthening it, but it's not affecting the look of it. So I would just then carry on like that and fill that completely in. I'm not going to. And then to wrap the wire, to finish it off, try and get your wire to finish up at the top. And then just again, wrap it around here. Cut any of the ends that you've got.
Excuse me.
Okay. And then all I'm going to do now is taking my round nose pliers, create a tiny little spiral, which I want to place just over my sort of knot. So have a look and see if there's a preference to the front and
Which
back.
side? Yes.
Because you might find that, you know, as I said, this one's got a little bit more wire on the back, so I've chosen to have that at the back.
Yeah.
And then when you know what's going to be the front, take your pliers right at the very end and just create a tiny little spiral. So we're doing that with my pliers, so you can see that. I'm just taking my chain nose pliers now, and I'm just going to get that to go all the way down. And I want it to be quite a closed spiral. And then just going to get that to sit, there. Okay, so it's just at the front. And then if you've got bail making pliers, then use the bail making pliers. If you haven't, what you can do is use, if you've got the pink starter kit, the handles on these, I love using these to make earring findings and hooks.
You use the curve, don't you?
So you just literally form it over. Okay. Like that. And then trim the wire. And then I always like to sort of give the wire a little kick out. So I just take my pliers and just bend the wire out like that. And again, you could then place this on your steel block and lightly hammer that just to give it a little bit of extra strength. And that would be your all-in-one sort of earrings.
And the thing is that as you start to look at the combination of the pearls and the gold, actually you could do the same principles, but with lots of different coloured wires and mix it and match it, couldn't you? That's the one thing I think that I've realised with these types of techniques is that once you've got an idea, the change is actually the ingredients. The change can be the structure of the wire colour, or it can be the gemstone combination. You know, changing it will change the look of your jewellery altogether, won't it?
Yeah, and again, you could actually make it so that the wire is part of the feature. So when you're securing it, you can actually have a contrasting colour wire, which would then be visible intentionally to actually be part of the feature of the earrings.
Totally. We've got a wire bundle here, and you can see it's a combination of all the different gauges that will absolutely be essential to creating the look that you've got with this set, where you've got the blues, and that's again with the 0.25 mil, 100 metres, just like you had with the gold within our kit. Then you've also got the ice blue and the blue with your twisted, and this is 0.4 mil gauge, it's 10 metres. You've got a further 10 metres of 0.4 mil twisted wire, and that's in the gold colour. And to top it all off, you've also got your pink coloured copper wire, and this is your 0.8 mil gauge, and that's 10 metres. So this is quite an interesting combination of colours, really, because I think some might go, oh well, I wouldn't put the pink with the blues, but actually when you see pink and blue together, how interesting that would be. And then you might want to add in the pink pearls, and that would go beautifully well. So in some ways, this is what I mean by changing up your ingredients. You know how to make the design now. Changing up the ingredients might actually the differential of changing up your design altogether. So we're going to do a mega deal offer on this one. It's wire bundle that should be over £22. So £22.80. You've got 130 metres in total. If you want me to be pedantic and say, well, it's twisted wire, so actually it's 150 metres because it's two lots of 10 metres with the twist. So 150 metres you could say that you're getting of wire with this deal. Your price tag should be £22.80. Should be £22.80. The price you're actually paying, £12.95. That's for 150 metres of wire, 10 metres of your twisted wire with your ice blues and your royal blues, 10 metres of your twisted gold as well, plus you've also got your pinks, which is 0.8, and you've also got your 0.25 mil, and that's all together for £12.95. Massive congratulations if you get that. I mean, that's, again, it's about sustaining your variants of ingredients to really get dramatically different looking jewellery, isn't it? Yeah,
I mean, obviously as well, we're focusing on earrings, but everything that we do, design technique wise, you can adjust to be a necklace or a focal pendant, so you can then give yourself a bigger working space to really show off those gemstones, show off that wire. And again, you can see just by those being stood there so close to these gemstones how it would all complement it as well. And the gold, if you twisted the 0.25 gold and the blue together,
Lovely.
you'd get a really beautiful colour as well. So you know, you could really
mix it up.
Really mix it up. Yeah, most definitely.
£12.95 is all you pay. As I say, 150 metres in total, bringing together 100 metres of 0.25, bringing together 10 metres of 0.8 in the pink, and then 10 metres in your ice blue and your dark blue, and also your twisted gold. All together should be over £22, so £10 saving that you've got there, and one great price deal, really. We've also got some of these earring finds. These are mega. Have you ever worked with them?
Are they the kidney ones?
They're the big ones. No, they're all different shapes.
Oh, are they? Yeah. I've worked with some of those. I love those because, and again, I think they're brilliant. I mean, I've made my own, but it's taken away that having to sort of make your own to go with it.
That's right, because one of the things is a lot of people say, how do I make jewellery making effective, efficient and cost effective?
Yeah.
Cost effective is quite important really these days, isn't it? Well, all you need to do is get the right place to give you the right findings, and you've got yourself some really impressive jewellery, but for rock bottom pricing, and that's what you're about to see. We're going to give you lots and lots of different varieties of your shepherd hooks and earring findings on this deal. You've got the likes of your rounds, you've got these beautiful closed shepherd hooks, you've also got your contemporary closed hooks as well, you've then got your larger shepherd hooks. What else have you got here? So you've got all of this combination. How many pairs in total? 24 pairs in total that we're offering you, so lots of different variants. I guess that must be 4 of each style, so you've got 4 pairs of each style. Is that right? No, that's not right, is it? It's more than that.
6.
Oh, you've got, no, yeah, 6, isn't it? 6, 12, 24, yeah, it is. It's 6 pairs of each. That's a lot of pairs of gemstone jewellery that you can create, and quite contemporary, you know, very dramatic looking jewellery.
Well, you can see from the earring hooks on the ones that I've made that I like that kind of style of hook. So, you know, again, like you say, it's taken away the hard work for you, really. And I love the kidney hook ones because I just love making them interchangeable. So you have one pair of hooks, but then you just do lots of different little drops. And again, this is something you could do with this kit on a little head pin, and then you've got a pair of earrings for every day of the week. Or
that's right, with the garnet, with the apatite, with the simstone, with the moonstone, with the pearls.
With the pearls.
You could do it with it all, couldn't you? So you're getting 4 different shapes of earring findings on this deal. 24 pairs in total. So that's 24 pairs. I can't even do the maths on that. All I know is that the price you're about to see, we're going to pennies per pair of earrings. If you do want to join us, now's the time to do so. How about this? You've got 24 pairs of gold-plated copper fancy earring findings for just £6.95. £6.95. What's 24 into £6.95? Just work out it's something like 30p. It's around about 30 pence, isn't it? 29 pence. We've got there 29p per earring finding, and when you consider the amount of jewellery that you can make, 24 pairs of earrings for the cost of just £6.95 and a few ingredients additional to that, maybe gemstones, etc. That is a lot of jewellery to impact. That's a lot of quite striking jewellery as well. You know, these are going to be quite contemporary looking pieces that you're making, and that's going to be pretty glamorous. I mean, they're lovely. I like the idea of those as an earring post, and then just maybe you could just add a few nuggets to the end of there.
Well, I was just thinking you could actually sew the nuggets down the long part there.
Nice, you've just got like a...
So you've just got like a flash, like a strip.
Ooh, like, that would be cool. £6.95, working out at less than 30 pence per pair of your earring findings. As I say, quite contemporary, which is great because then it obviously brings your jewellery into the here and now. And a lot of people, if you're selling your jewellery, giving us gifts, it's nice to have that jewellery that's right on trend, that's right in the moment. And excuse me, this findings pack will certainly do that for you. Oh, excuse me. Right then, where do we move on to, lovely lady?
Well, what I'm going to do next is the sort of like the peacocky ones, the other ones on the end. I only say that because when I was doing it, it reminded me of like a little peacock.
Oh yes, I can see now. I was looking at the
when I was actually doing it. I didn't intend it to do that, but as I was doing it, I could kind of see it. And so what I want to do, because if I show you then the weaving that I've done on that, it would tie in with the last pair.
Perfect.
Okay. So again, for these, cut in a length of wire, and again cut in 2 pieces to make sure it's the same.
Same kind of length?
Probably
that you
about the
just
same
used?
sort of length, yeah. I kind of default to that sort of, you get used to sort of just cutting a standard length. So what I want to do with this one again is I'm going to use my ring mandrel. And I don't want such a sort of, I don't want it to necessarily be such a large loop on this one. So I'm probably going to go for about an O. Sorry-ish. O or a Q-ish. It doesn't really matter. It's just for you to get a sort of an idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm getting that shape and then placing my pliers just at the bottom of that circle. What I'm going to do is just bring it round.
Oh, you've made it super tight.
No, I've just realised I did it slightly backwards. I
Okay.
did it the other way, sorry. So I'm going to start off, I'll start that again. What I'm going to do is find the middle and using my pliers do a little loop.
Okay.
Then I'm going to put it on my ring mandrel.
Got you. Okay, so we do a hoop, and is that loop right in the middle? Or
Yeah,
is it
well,
balanced?
as pretty much as best you can. It doesn't
Okay.
matter if it's slightly off. And then again, I'm just running my fingers along just to make that, encourage that wire to go back in the direction I want it to go.
Yeah.
So that this will then be the bottom loop, okay? And then we place it on the ring mandrel. I do apologise.
That's cool.
And then we can get that size in. Okay. And again, this is something that you want to do your first one and then do your second one just to get that size in right. All right. So what we're going to do, one of these wires is just going to be sort of the top part which we attach to the actual earring hook itself, and the other one's going to continue into the middle to make the spiral.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm actually going to go for the slightly smaller one, the slightly shorter end. It doesn't matter. Okay. What I want to do is just gently encourage this round so that it overlaps slightly, so we can see it just like that. So it's still a complete circle,
Oh, yeah,
but
I
I'm
see.
starting to bring this into the middle, just into a bit of a spiral. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little loop at the end of that. This is where you'll find out if it's too long. You may need to trim it, but I just want it to sort of sit in the middle like that.
That looks nice already, doesn't it?
Looks nice just on its own as well.
Yeah.
Again, this is something you don't have to do the weaving. I just wanted to try and show what you could do with it. And then with this piece here, the longer piece, just trim that. It's probably about 2 inches. And then again, I want to go in this sort of natural direction. I'm going to go in the opposite direction to my spiral.
Okay.
Okay, and again, just a little spiral. And again, this is something that you can go, it's personal preference, whether you want it to sort of be a bigger loop or not. You can cut that and trim that down if you want. But there you've got a nice little sort of spiral. You can see the sort of peacock, the sort of bird shape forming now, can't you? And so now what I'm going to do is just start weaving and do the sort of decorative weave, and then I want to add the stones as I'm going along. Okay, so I'll let you choose the gemstones that I'm going to use.
Thanks. I'm going to go with the garnet. I
No
think.
pressure.
I love the dark. I know, but I love the gold with garnet.
Okay, so I probably want about 1.5 meters. Again, this is one that really, ideally, you want to get it all done in one go, as opposed to having to sort of cut and add wire in, because it's quite fine and delicate. You just want, if you can do it all in one go, then just do it in one
It's
go.
better for you, yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm actually going to do is start off at this section here, which is the sort of more open. There's a little natural open gap just here, and so taking my my wire, I'm just going to attach that a couple of times. And then what I'm going to do is, all I'm doing is just gently folding the wire, and what I want it to do is to go around. This is just me being a bit lazy, so that I can then wrap the inside here. Okay, so I'm just going to wrap the opposite side twice. So I'm going around, and all I'm doing is I'm just, rather than threading it through, I'm just hooking it behind that spiral. So 1, 2, 3. So I'm just wrapping around 3 times, and then I'm going to go back over to the outer frame and wrap around 3 times. So I'm going to go 1. And all I'm doing is just folding that wire just to make it easier. So then I've almost got like a little handle I can pull the wire through. Now this will happen. You can see, just by doing that, my wire is kinked.
Kinked, yes.
It's only a little tiny loop. And if that does happen, all you need to do is just gently undo it and then continue. But deal with it when it happens, because otherwise it's gonna cause problems later and it will snap.
Yeah.
Okay, so I only need to do that a tiny little bit, because what I want to do is actually start adding my stones now.
And you're going for the outer, are you, for this bit?
Yep, for the outer part. So, oh look, thank you.
That's all right. Do you weave, when you've done the weave in between, would you have to put the gemstones on first, then you do the weave between?
No, it's all done now, that's what we're doing. It's all done in one.
You do it all in one?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's all done in one, so it makes it secure as well, and it's continuous.
Ah, that's a good idea.
So it's making it nice and easy for yourself as well.
Brilliant.
You know, you do have to cut the wire off the reel on this one, and a lot of the times I'll always say, oh, you keep the wire on the reel if you can, but because you're going to be going in and out of this one, you do need to take it off the reel.
Yeah.
So add that stone on, and again, I'm just going to hold it, and then wrap around once, and then twice, just because I want to make it extra secure. Okay, and then I'm just going to bring that wire around this, this inner circle here. So it's going one, just folding that, bring it down, 2, 3. I'm going to bring the wire back over to the other side. And I'm going to wrap it around once. And then I'm going to add my stone. I mean, when you're doing them, try to make sure they're all sort of, you don't want massive chip and then a tiny chip. So you want to get sort of consistent sizes. Yeah. Okay, and this is the only thing, is because it is a fine wire, it sometimes catches around itself. It's fine. It's just when you want to take your time doing this one. And then, so it's holding that on there to secure. Thread it through. You want to go once and then twice. So in effect, you're wrapping it 3 times, but you wrap it around once, then you add the stone, then wrap it around twice. Okay. And then just wrapping it back around this center spiral. 2.
So it's just like a slow weave, really, isn't it?
It is, really, yeah. And it is just that. And as the spiral opens out, you're going to start to see the weave itself.
Yes, exactly.
So at the moment, it's not too clear. But as soon as you start to sort of get to these parts here, it's going to continue. So it just continues around like that. And obviously all you do is carry that on all the way around. And when you get to this point here, I just went around that sort of loop and wrap that around once or twice, and then continued down the other side to just give it a little bit of security. And then I went round until I had no more of this spiral to sort of wrap around. And then I just wrapped just around that outer frame itself. So wrap, add a stone, wrap, add some stones, but not actually continuing the weave. And that's what gives you that sort of more open centre part.
And the bottom bit, so once I've succeeded in doing this whole decoration of the main spiral, this decoration is chains, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I was given some chain as a little extra. There it is.
It's like we had it planned. And the chain is almost bound together by the thread, is it?
I wanted to keep, obviously, to the restrictions of the kit. So I didn't have any head pins or anything like that. I could have used some, obviously, if you've got head pins in your own stash. But what I did was, because I still wanted to get that sort of stone effect on the chain, is I actually just sewed using the 0.25 wire through the chain with the wire, and then and at the very end I just added a couple, and I went through it a couple of times just to strengthen and secure it. I mean, you can't appreciate them properly. I couldn't find a really tall ear thingy to show them properly.
Yeah, I was going to say, because if I hold them up,
if you hold them up, you can see.
Quite a good cascade, isn't it, really? Okay, let's do something special on the chain then, because we have this fantastic, this is 10 meters. Let's just get it out so I can show you the quality of the chain. It's always important for me because I think chain is feeling good as well as it is looking good. I think chain's about durability, isn't it? Now this is really probably our most popular chain. It's a cable link chain. It's big enough for it to be size. The size links are big enough to be an extended chain as well, but it's not too big to be overpowering to a design either. So it's probably one of our most popular chains. It's a gold-plated copper chain that I'm offering you here. The links are 3 by 2 mil, so plenty of size and durability and workability into your designs on this chain. 10 meters in total. Think about how far your jewellery can go by just adding in 10 meters of chain. Remind yourself that you've got 5 meters of gemstones. So if you want to make those gemstones go far, then using chain like this is most certainly going to make a difference, isn't it?
It's definitely. And again, I chose to make a sort of gem heavy neck piece over there, but that little leaf design would look lovely just on a chain.
You know, if you did a pendant like this, you know, that gorgeous pearl cluster, that could then be a pendant as well, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously without the massive hook, but you can imagine how that's going to look. But you could do that with any one of the designs that we've made for the earrings. You could actually do that with the pendants as well. So they're just as much that they could be pendants just as they could be earrings, and they'd lock in. Whoa, that would look gorgeous. Yeah. That would look fabulous, wouldn't it? So you could do, that would be amazing.
Right, give me that earring a moment.
Oh, here she goes. She's like, hey, give me that.
Give me that. Right, okay. So the advantage of when you do these is obviously you can remove it. If you've got that chain, hopefully this will work. Like that.
Perfect.
There you go.
Look at that. I mean, that's it. And the thing is because you're making your own jewellery, you could actually have a pair of earrings that you take your pliers with you on a holiday, you take a chain like this with you, and you've got a pendant that then could be a pair of earrings, and an earring that could be a pair of a pendant. Yeah. You know, you've got that. I mean, that's just as beautiful as it is as the pair of earrings, as it is here on the neckline as a pendant. That's the wonderful thing about the jewellery that you're making is that you can adapt it to your own desires and your own circumstances. I mean, you might be prepared to make yourself an additional pendant. You know, you've got the earrings and you might, but actually, if you want to make your jewellery go further, you want it to be 2 for 1, you could do that with this type of chain, and the chain just makes things go further, doesn't it? The chain really does make a difference. It's 10 meters, so when you consider that you're probably looking at not even 1/3 of a meter for most lengths. You've got here, so 10 meters. You've got about 30 necklaces that you could be making, and of course that's necklaces. How many bracelets? Probably about 40 or 50 bracelets, and that's all for one price tag. Your price tag on this, probably the most popular chain that we have in stock right now, is this chain. Your price tag should be, and now I'm comfortable with it staying at $17.95, but it's not the price you're paying, should be $17.95. 10 meters, wow, 10 meters of must-have chain for $14.95. 0800 644 655. That's working out at less than £1.50 a meter. Goodness me! I mean, that's three necklaces for £1.50. Working out at 50p per necklace in a chain. 50 pence for a chain.
But that's the one thing that I always, I know obviously doing wire work a lot of the time, you don't really necessarily, you make your own findings and everything else, although sometimes you just don't have the time. Yeah. For me, I love having chain because I do my pendants and I just like to put them on a plain chain. You could put a couple of, if you've got something a little bit heavier, with having that amount of chain, you could just layer a couple of pieces of chain and then put a feature pendant on it, and you get that thicker look and, you know, that sort of more contemporary look. So.
Absolutely. 10 meters of chain. 10 meters of chain. I kind of want to just keep going now, you know.
And you think of that design that Gemma Crow made, where she's done all those layers against the black dress.
A bib. It was like a
well, it was just
chain
the dress,
bib, wasn't it?
The whole dress
Yeah.
sort of like was draped in it. It was
Beautiful.
amazing.
And for 10 metres, it's going to go a long, long way. Ruth, Linda, Kathleen, Margaret, congratulations. Bison, Texas. Teddy Bear is coming up as a name like that. Hi, Teddy Bear. I've also got Jennifer, Leslie, Susan, Melanie, Debbie. Congratulations to you. I've also got Jill and Kathleen engaged. Join me. Congratulations to you. $17.95 is the price that you should be paying. $14.95 is the price you're actually paying. That's working out at less than £1.50 a metre. So we're adding in the chain.
Yeah, so we're going to
then locking in the gemstones into the chain. Is that right?
Yes,
Weaving
basically what I did, because it was a bit of a last minute thought of, oh, actually a bit of chain would look nice. Luckily, I'd made this loop here large enough for me to actually just feed the chain through.
Oh,
so I was able to then obviously position the chain how I wanted it, just slightly different lengths. And again, it is literally a case of sewing. Take in one of the stones, and I just want to find a happy balance, and then just actually thread it through both parts of the chain just to lock it in.
Yes.
Oops. And then just bring it back through the loop, just again to lock it in, and again with the other piece. And bear with me. That's now kept. That will now keep them in place. And then you've got that stone just there, and then you've got two lengths to literally sew down through the actual chain and add in a stone. You don't want to pull it really tight. You want to be able to keep the movement. You do lose that sort of chain movement because you are obviously threading the wire through, but it's when they're actually in, they still have movement. The whole earring still has movement.
Draped,
because,
aren't they? Almost?
Yeah, I mean, they are proper shoulder dusters. I mean, you can make that however long or short you want, but you know, the thing at the moment is about the statement earrings. It is about having that colour pop.
Totally.
And you know, just wearing the earrings.
Fantastic.
And then when you got to the very end, I just added a couple on because I wanted to have it as part of the finish of the chain. So I added a couple on. I'll just do, oops, 2, 1 more.
And what's is this the very end now?
Yeah, right at the very end, so that they actually look like a drop at the end of the chain. So if you imagine, so what I do is go for the very last link, make sure it is hanging, sort of, it is stretched to its proper sort of length, and then just feeding the wire back through. So, and then it's going to sit. You just want to sort of lock it and then just sort of almost bring it down, and again just sort of wrap around those 3 stones, and then when you're happy with that you can just trim the wire there, and then it makes it look like a nice drop at like the end of the, but again it's about strengthening because I am using the 0.25. Again, if you've got a thicker wire at home you want to use, or findings, then use your findings for it, but just showing you how you could actually just keep it all fluid and as a continuous design. And then just to make the earring findings, the actual hooks themselves, it's that ring mandrel. Again, cutting 2 lengths of wire off the same.
Yeah, have to. Don't always do it at the same time.
Yep, a little loop at the very bottom. And again, I'm just encouraging the wire to have that natural curve.
Yeah.
So if I hold it like that, you can see, just by doing that, it's just making it go in the direction I want it to go. And then just placing it again at a set size. I tend to just sort of go lower up the mandrel because I don't want them to be too massive. It's probably about an eye. Bringing it right around so it's almost touching. So when you remove it, it actually looks like this, and then you can tweak it out a little bit. And then again, trimming. If you've got a wire around at all, using that just to take that edge off. And again, just lightly hammering it, and then you've got a very simple but sort of statement earring findings.
Fantastic. Or of course, if you got the earring findings from earlier on, the 24 pairs for just 30p each, you could use one of those to create that same statement look.
Yeah, definitely. And again, you'll get that consistency.
Absolutely. Chain there for $14.95. Don't forget, it was $17.95, so you have made a saving on that 10 metres, working out to less than £1.50 a piece. We're going to set Laura a challenge, and to be honest, when I look at this, I go, wow. I mean, this has got to be one of the most exquisite combination of gemstones that I've ever seen. Cabochons, facets, I mean, everything about this combination is extraordinary.
Stunning. Gorgeous.
Oh, utterly breathtaking. This is part of our gem collector range, and as you can see here, this is a spectacular arrangement of gemstones, bringing you spinel and cognac zircon. You have here rubies, and honestly, the ruby is as bright a red as I've ever seen. You've got black star diopside, Hunan peridot, Celanese sapphire, over a carat of sillimanite, which is a bit of a special treat for any of our collectors out there. Iolite, blue zircon, Himalayan kyanite, and you've got your blue chalcedony as well. So this combination of faceted and cabochon shaped gemstones is going to be a magnificent gem collection edition, but also it's going to give you the chance to perhaps gem set your jewellery. So this is going to be your challenge today. Let's see how you get on
and
working with this.
Yeah.
Well, they are, but what's interesting is that with the wire expertise that you have, and you've shown us how you can nestle gemstones, you've shown us how we can claw set gemstones as well. You know, there's a real potential here to see something different for your jewellery in a very simple way by letting the gemstone just do all the talking. Yeah. So that's what we're going to hopefully see. No pressure, but you've got just a couple of hours to achieve that. On this Asian gem collection, and literally we're travelling across the continents to find this wonderful display of gemstones. A fantastic collaboration. I mean, it's got to be some of the most exciting gemstones that we've ever had in one collection. I mean, some of these pieces, the stones are just... they're extraordinary. The colour of the likes of the ruby, the spinel is as powerful as I've ever seen. The sillimanite, I mean, when was the last time we saw sillimanite in gem quality? Peridot of the highest order. You've got it all together, and your price tag on this majestic collection, and it really is a collection of majestic gemstones, should be $49.95. Now you've got 12 in total, so we know that we've got a lot of luxury here. The price tag should be $49.95. The price you actually end up paying is just $39.95. They really are statement gemstones in terms of gem quality. You're at the highest pecking order. You really are at the elite of the gem range here. The star diopside, I mean, star diopside to work with today.
I just can't stop looking at them. They're just sparkling so much.
That star diopside is amazing. So you've got something special with every single gemstone. Truly magnificent. Price tag should be $49.95. The price you end up paying is just $39.95. So exciting and something different.
Yeah, definitely. And again, I mean, a lot of people do have the gem setting tool, so for them it's you know, a no-brainer. Yeah. But you know, it's quite nice to work as a challenge, and it is a challenge for me because I am used to working with the larger stones. But I do admire these, and I think they're beautiful. So it's nice for me to actually sit and have a play and see how I can go about creating something with the smaller gemstone.
Totally, and I think that's what's going to be interesting for us all. By the end of today, don't forget, there's coming up to 5 o'clock this afternoon. We will see the designs finished off. So if you want to be inspired, or perhaps you've got this collection, I know I've got some very specific collectors who've already made the purchase on this, and you want to see where we can go with it, keep watching, and all will be revealed with the lovely Laura later on. $39.95, £10 off that price point. And of course, when you consider 12 top gem quality stones, you know it's going to be a special treat. And we've got lots still to look forward to here on our guest designer show. We've got loads and loads of great price offers. We have got for you the most amazing mega deal of carved agate. You've not seen these. I never got around to showing you. They are brand new, and you are going to drool at the quality of the craftsmanship. Keep watching straight after this.
Join resident designer Sheila for our Bridal Headwear for Beginners DVD. Sheila will guide you through an array of beautiful bridal designs, including a pearl tiara, the star hair cone, a twisted spiral tiara, and much more. This DVD is packed full of inspiration and helpful hints and tips. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we love seeing your jewellery creations, learning about your inspiration and reading your blogs. If you write your own craft or jewellery blog, then we'd love to hear from you. Simply tweet us at jewellery_maker UK with your blog link and we'll be in touch.
This week, Jewellery Maker is offering an amazing Wirework deal for all our customers. This bumper pack has everything you need to get started in wirework or to simply stock up on your essential tools, including an array of different gauged wire, 5 DVDs for all different levels, a hammer and block, a gizmo, the wire twisting tool, nylon jaw pliers and the wire wrapping jig. This is an offer not to miss out on. All of this for just $49.95. To get your hands on this limited edition offer, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Well, the first piece of my next section here on our designer inspiration is going to have a lot of people excited. We haven't seen amber like this, and I tell you what, if you check our website, I can pretty much guarantee there's not a lot of gem like this available. If it's available, it's on and it's gone from our website. We literally cannot get hold of enough of this stone for it to go around. We just can't keep up with the demand on cognac amber. In fact, any amber coming into our stock list is on and gone. It's on our sister channel the same as well. You know, Gems recently had a small, and I do mean small, quantity of Baltic amber come in, and literally on and gone is the way to describe the deals, because everybody, you just can't help but be just totally bewildered by the beauty of amber. I don't have a huge quantity on this deal. I don't have, you know, the kind of quantity that perhaps you would be inclined to expect I'd have on amber of this type of order, only because you're expecting to fly out, so therefore you want to know that I'm going to give you a deal that gives you the chance to be able to get it. I will, but it's first come, first served. You've got your 5mm round here, golden nectar. That's what this gemstone is. It's an organic stone, which means it forms naturally within the earth's surroundings. You have a stone that creates a luxury of warmth and intensity thanks to its natural resin formation. It has a totally different feel to any other gemstone, has a totally different quality to any other gemstone. There's no point in comparing it to anything. Perhaps if you're going to compare it, you might compare it to a pearl, which is also an organic gem, but that would be it. Naturally forming beautiful qualities. A cognac amber necklace. Oh, look at that. Look at the quality of the gemstones that we have here. At the moment, amber is a massively popular gemstone. It's a hugely in-demand stone. If you go on our website, I think we've only got 3 or 4 pieces and nothing like this, absolutely nothing like this on our website. And that's because when it's in, it goes. Literally on air, gone. If you want to join me on these deals, it's first come, first served, always. And if you see something that you like, especially at price points like we're about to achieve, just know you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go and do your research. How much do other places charge for high quality amber? How much do you pay for not just the golden colours of amber, but this is cognac, so you've got much more of the orange tones, you've got much more of the burgundy textures, and you've got that lovely bronze-like, copper-like quality. All of these colours are matching your autumn and winter collection wonderfully well. Amber is one of our most popular gemstones, but right now this is the only strand I can offer you of cognac amber in our vault. We have nothing else available other than what you're seeing right now in this type of strand. 5 mil rounds. I can't see anything on our stock list. I can't see anything on our website that can match this opportunity, this chance. Susan, Andrea, Jan, Julie, congratulations to you. Anna and Jenny and Dot, Joyce. I've got loads of ladies with the name beginning with J. Jan, Julie, Jenny and Joyce. Hello to you all. Lovely to have your company. I've got Pamela and Helen. Congratulations. Betty, you've definitely got yours. Buys in Norfolk and in Essex and in Angus and in Denbighshire. Everybody who's got a phone in their hand, stay there and we'll process your call as fast as we possibly can. The luxury, the feel is so different. The finish is so different to any other gemstone. That's what makes it exciting to work with. And your chance to own this strand, the one and only strand that I can offer you today for Cognac Amber, is just $19.95. Now, of course, this is totally and utterly natural, 100% Mother Nature. You can't really dye amber very well. It's not a gemstone that takes, you can dye it, but it doesn't take to it as well as just letting Mother Nature do the colouring, letting Mother Nature offer those beautiful, warm, rich colours. So the Cognac Amber is much more of the deeper tones of oranges to burgundies that you can see here, rather than the gold and honey tones that perhaps most people would be akin to. And that's what makes this such a standout deal, because it is different. It makes your jewellery different. You're still offering the luxury of a world-renowned gemstone, but you're also, look at that close-up. Oh, it's just beautiful close-up. I mean, it really does have that warmth about it, doesn't it? Almost ember-like intensities of colour, that depth of quality. A gemstone that at the moment, when we're sourcing this, that we're really quite struggling to get hold of. Now, can you notice that we don't do a carat weight? You can see in the bottom graphics, it says there amber, and then it says CTAGW. When normally that's carat weight to the average, right? We don't do carat weights for amber. Why? Because it's the same as pearls. It's not based on carat weight because it has a totally different density rating to any other gemstone. Sapphires, rubies, no point in comparing this gemstone in density and in carat weight because it has no parallels. It's a different weight altogether. So we don't work in carat weight, we only work with size, how it naturally forms. And of course with quality all the way. $19.95. Congratulations to those who've joined me and multi-bought on this deal. Perth and Kinross, West Lothian multi-buying, Argyll and Bute. Congratulations, nice to have your company. Faye, you've definitely got yours. Carol in Lincolnshire. $19.95 is all you pay. The number to dial is at the bottom of the screen there, 0800 644 655, or you can join me at jewellerymaker.com. I do think it illuminates the skin tone. It has that real sense of, isn't that funny about amber? It's the same with pearls though, because this is a natural gemstone, as an organic gemstone. I think it's the same with the two stones. It really does have that warming quality against the skin.
Yeah, it's beautiful. My mum absolutely loves amber, and if I was ever buying her anything, it would always be amber. So her favourite type of jewellery, just amber.
It's because it's very natural.
Yeah.
It almost feels like you've just got that snippet of Mother Nature in your gemstones, isn't it?
It's very lightweight as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
easy wear jewellery. Yeah, easy wear all the way. $19.95, still got people on the phone line, still got people confirming on this deal. You must be patient. We'll process your call as fast as we possibly can. A magnificent deal there in colour tones. I think it's probably one of our elite strands of amber that you have, and congratulations if you have been successful on that deal. Now, a couple of people are asking about what I was mentioning earlier on, the carved flowers. You've never ever seen this strand before. These are brand new carved flowers of black agate. I know. Do you want me to hold them? Look, they're double-sided as well. Each one of them, 2 flowers in one, a full bouquet of flowers you could be creating here. And I'm really excited about this deal because you will just, when you see the price point, you look at the craftsmanship. You know, when you think about, you look at hand-carved furniture. My goodness me, hand-carved furniture costs an absolute fortune, doesn't it? But that's because you're paying for somebody's craftsmanship as much as you are the ingredient. That's the same. That is the same. You are paying for the craftsmanship as much as the ingredient. When you see the price tag, awesome, awesome. Okay, straight on. Where should we go next? Yes, good idea, yes. Moonstone bundle, a mega moonstone mega moonstone deal that we have for you. The moon at the moment is gorgeous in the sky. It's just, it feels like there's still the sunshine on sometimes because the moon's so bright. It really is exceptionally intense. What is it called? Oh, somebody told me the other day. It's not a mega moon.
Harvest moon.
Super moon.
Oh, that's what Tony told me.
It's who told?
My husband said it was a harvest moon.
Shine on, shine. Oh no, that's Harvey Moon, isn't it? Not Harvest Moon. Oh, so close there. Is it a harvest moon? Well, I know it's because it's a super moon. Yeah, it's the super moon. I know it sounds like it's made up, isn't it? But really, it is. It's known as the supermoon because it's so bright, it's so intense. You almost feel like you can just like take it out, you know, take it out the sky and put it in your pocket. It's that amazing. And the moonstone that I have here feels like it has that same type of luminosity, that same type of intensity, that lunar-like glow that you have from these 4 strands of moonstone. It's quite a mystical gemstone, really, moonstone. It has such a beautiful glow internally to it. And the word for it is aventurescence. There's no other gemstone, the moonstone, that has aventurescence, A-V-E, and the rest I don't know how to spell. But you have turescence is the rest of it. If I just show you the different formations, you have your drops in your grey moonstone, and again, you know, every single strand is going to offer you something different to your design. So you've got your grey and silvery moonstone, then you have, I'm just going to drop those, you have your rainbow moonstone, and see all of that luminosity, it just almost creates like a halo around the gemstones. You have this additional aura of a glow that moonstone has. There's not many other gemstones that have this type of, gosh, this is a stacked strand. Look at how many you're getting. That is a truly jam-packed strand. I mean, you are literally looking at double, 3 times the gemstone quantity that perhaps you would expect from this strand on a normal occasion. And then we're adding in even more, 4 strands of moonstone here. And again, like, look at the dynamic of light luster, that aventurescence, the glow over the surface and inside this gemstone. This is a beautiful addition, a 4-strand opportunity moonstone that really captures the attention. It's one of those stones, of course, it's June's birthstone. It's one of those stones that is world recognized because of its individual luminosity. If you do want to join us, 4 strands for 1 price tag, and that price tag should be £16.80. Forget it. You know that this is a mega deal offer. We're taking you lower, under 15. And the rest, £11.95, 4 strands. That's working out less than £3 a strand, isn't it? Less than £3 a strand. That's got to be some kind of record deal for Moonstone, hasn't it? It is a mega bundle opportunity, less than £3. The lunar qualities of this give us a real mystical-like dynamic to our jewellery. I mean, you put it alongside any gems. I mean, of course, it sits alongside pearl and alexandrite as part of its the birthstones. Birthstones are funny because some of them are just one, like garnet for January, amethyst is February, and then on some gemstones, 3. Now, I always remember it, and I've sort of people go, how do you remember your birthstones? I remember June because I think of a lady called June holding a map. And if she's holding a map, it's M-A-P, moonstone, alexandrite and pearl. Okay? So that's how I remember it. So her name's June. Think of this lady, right? Maybe think of June Whitfield. Think of June Whitfield holding a map, right? And then you look at it, map, moonstone, alexandrite, pearl. And it's there. See? Have I helped you there? Have I helped you? I know. Lots of thanks. I like to be, you know, some kind of helpful aid. Yeah, I'll be checking from this point onwards. You know, in a couple of weeks' time, I'll just say, What's June's birthstone, Pete? What is it? You have to think of June, holding a map, right? Moonstone, alexandrite, and pearl. Got it? Got it. At $11.95. But as I say, moonstone, we haven't got any alexandrite to give you because it's one of the most expensive gemstones in the world right now. But we do have, to match alongside it, some pearls. I know. And can you see how they match together? Can you see how you have that beautiful shimmering moon-like effervescence, that gorgeous luminosity of luxury that sits from the pearls to the moonstone and the moonstones to the pearls? Of course, two very different gemstones in many ways, but both June's birthstones, and both that have this, I think, especially on our pearls, a lunar-like quality. I mean, they do feel like they're just big full moon, I can't even say it now, full moon bursting out. That was a bit of a tough one, wasn't it? Oh no! Swiftly move on. Take a look. You can tell it's live TV, can't you? That would have been edited. If you want to join us, silver cultured coin pearls. They're lovely. Again, you don't have to do a lot with pearls like this to let them be something of a show-stopping look. Maybe even just a pair of drop pearl earrings with one of these. Just one of them as a drop pair of earrings would be wonderful. Matching bracelet. You probably could do a full suite of jewellery from this one strand, couldn't you? Because of the coins, you only need one for each pair of earrings. Perhaps use one for a ring, because they're the right size to be able to be a solitaire ring. So I've used 3 for the pair of earrings and for the solitaire ring. You can see that's a nice size ring. That is a good size for a ring. Then, so that's my 3. Then I'm going to use the rest up there. Look, can you see? I'm showing you how far I'm going around, just so you can see. So that's my bracelet. Okay, I'm just going to do a stretch bracelet, and I've got all of this left for it to be some kind of piece for my neckline. So I could do perhaps a nice cascading formation. Either way, I could do one whole suite of pearl jewellery, a whole, oh sorry, pardon my microphone, a whole collection, bracelet, ring, earrings and neckline for one price tag. Your price tag? Well, if you go and do a whole suite of jewellery, your price tag is $6.95. A full suite of jewellery with the potential. I mean, for $6.95, that's got to be a wake-up call, hasn't it? That has to be a wake-up call. Manchester, Surrey, London, Hertfordshire, London, Essex, Berkshire, Monmouthshire, congratulations to you. You've got lots and lots of potential here. I mean, there's a chance to make lots of jewellery from one strand, or you could make one show-stoppingly dramatic impact look, you know, especially if you think about Christmas and you want to perhaps do something special. I mean, I would perhaps potentially just take the whole lot and just make multiple rings. You know, you sell it to friends and family. I'm not suggesting that you're doing a fair and all of that stuff, because not everybody's that comfortable with, you know, selling their creations. That's okay. But you can sell to friends and family. And even if you did a full strand, and each one of these solitaires, just one solitaire onto a ring, and you charge, say, £2, I mean, that would be crazy, but if you charge £2 for a pearl ring, most people would go, oh, that's a brilliant stocking filler, thanks very much, £2. And if you think, then you only have to use 4 of those pearls, and then your quid's in, right? For the rest of this strand, that's all potential profit. I think that's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, I'm just thinking, can you hear my kind of calculator going? Hang on a minute. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 40. Look, can I say, you could make yourself £50 from that. If you charge them for £2 a piece, and and of course you've got the wires in your stash, because most people have some kind of wire, or perhaps you do macrame, you know, you could do some nice macrame rings, etc. Right? There's only 4 pearls needed to charge for £2. The rest of that, if you made them all of the rest into solitaires and you sold them all for £2, a pearl ring for £2, genuine pearls at that, that's £50 profit just there. That's mega, isn't it? Now I've got 20 available and 17 in baskets. And I've got more people on the phone lines, and of course some people are multi-buying. Something tells me somewhere along the line somebody's going to be disappointed with us, but I've given everybody the chance, equal chance for you to join us on this deal. London, Devon, Hampshire, Lanarkshire, Midlands, at Tyne-Wear you need to check out baskets. Another Hampshire buyer needs to check out the baskets as well at £6.95. Now then, I know, yes. Oh, this is... Oh, see, all of my ideas, everything that I was thinking about doing just solitaire rings has just gone out the window now, because now I want to do something together. Think of the money! No, but what about making beautiful jewellery? But think of the money! It's like the devil and the angel on said shoulders. Oh... You'd have to get two, like, get two lots of strands of each one of these, because, oh, this is a lovely combination. So you've got your silvery moons of your pearls, and then you've got your aubergine, rich, seductive, dramatic pearls in your 4 to 5 mil rounds. They are absolutely exquisite, aren't they? Okay. Your silver pearls, those are a sellout now, and we're expecting these to follow in exact. These are perfect rounds to my eye. What are they classified as? Are they classified as perfect rounds? That's interesting. These are classified as 4 to 5 mil. I mean, to my eye, yeah, these are as round as I think you're going to get from us, without us charging you, you know, good 50, 60, 70 pounds for perfect rounds. They are as close to perfect rounds. If I hold one up, if I hold, say, for example, that one, I mean, that is as round as you're going to get now, isn't it? It's a naturally forming sphere, of course, don't forget as well. You know, it's not like we carve these or we mould them into being rounds. It's not like we can facet them to be suddenly a different shape. Pearls naturally form in these wonderful spheres. Some gemstones, obviously, some pearls don't form in spheres, which is why you have the likes of Baroque pearls. It's not guaranteed that you get rounds, which is why people pay a higher price tag for the shape and the perfection of the rounds. One of the things that I learnt with the GIA, the Gemological Institute of America, as part of my accreditation with them as a jewellery professional, was how to grade pearls. And grading pearls can be under 5 or 6 different headings. The grading is sometimes based on the nacre, which is the different layers of the pearl, how that forms. It's sometimes based on the orient, which is the light movement over the pearls. It's sometimes graded on size. It's sometimes graded on shape. So there's loads of different ways that you would grade a pearl. But this is a luxury, because you have the depth of colour of these aubergine deep, really luxurious, almost seductive shades of purple, and then you have your round formations. Look at that close up. Oh, you can't help but feel like you've suddenly been, I feel like I've entered into a boudoir as somebody really rather, you know, like a Dita Von Teese kind of a seductive lady. Oh, I always look at her. You know what? And I'll put this out there, and those of you who know me know that this is true. I've never felt that seductive, ever. I mean, I've got 2 children, so I must be doing something all right. But the fact of the matter is, I know, but the thing is that, do you ever feel, when you see that lovely lady, do you ever think to yourself, gosh, like, I could do that? Like, do you ever feel that seductive and that, like, do you ever feel like that? No. Like, whenever I've tried to do that, my husband says, what are you dancing like a monkey for? Like, I'm literally like, and he's like that, because you really just look like a monkey. So...
Good love.
Have you tried the seductive dancing thing?
No, because I know I'm rubbish at it, so...
Say again?
I know I'm rubbish at it, so no.
Yeah, I just know I don't feel confident enough to go, yeah, now I'm going to do you some seductive dancing in a wine glass. You know, I just have never felt that way about myself. I'm not. Obviously, I know there's time. I know there's still time. It's against me. I know time is against me. If I was going to do it, I probably was going to do it a little bit longer than you know, after having 2 children and all that. But right now, I love the idea of getting a little bit of that seduction in my life. Just a little bit, that gesture of seduction. And I think the seduction is in the sophistication, that beautiful, deep, languid colour. You know, you feel like you've got that real, oh, there's something really sexy about this colour, I think. You know, it's not as perhaps as in your face as a deep red would be as in terms of seductive, but these are glamorously seductive. These are rich and enticing. Your price tag is what? You know, when you said that, I thought you said $16.95. I was going, yeah, $16.95 makes absolute sense, because they're pretty much perfect rounds, and the colour of them is so $6.95. Oh, did you get a shock as I did there with that price? Our pearls are immense at the moment, aren't they? They really are amazing. And I've got so many multi-buys. You know, all of our web bidders obviously get a sneaky peek of the price before it actually comes in on the television screens. So you all knew the price tag before even I did, because I was thinking these were $16.95. They're actually $6.95. So no wonder you're all multi-buying. I did think I had loads and loads of multi-buyers. I was thinking, gosh, you're all feeling a bit, you know, handy with your cash right now. Feeling, oh no, I've just got multi-buys because they're $6.95. What would you do? Other than do your seductive dance, Laura, what would you do?
Well, again, I think they're good because they bring pearl up into a sort of a more contemporary place, whereas obviously when you think of pearls you'll think of the classic, the whites, so it's quite nice to have something a little bit more, say, modern, but you know, a little something that maybe I would probably wear, because obviously being a June baby, I've always had sort of standard pearls thrown at me, so I've always been a bit wary of them, and I think a lot of people that are June babies have said the same. But I would wear something like that because it's still my birthstone, but it's something a little bit different. I would put one in a ring, just have one as a sort of little solitaire ring, a couple as a pair of earrings, and they're a really nice shade of purple. They're not like a real...
They are seductive, aren't they? There's a richness about them. Yeah,
they're sort of like, they're not a lot sort of classic purple, they're sort of like a real deep metallic-y purple almost. They make me think of the peacock pearl colours, but the purple version.
Yes, that's a really good way. No, it makes total sense to me. I'm with you. It definitely has that depth about it. Bang on. That's a really good way to describe it. It's like the peacock pearl, but without the. It's almost like it's a depth of shade of purples and pinks. Then perhaps a peacock pearl is more greens and blues. But that is exactly the kind of shades. I love it. I love this. And I think I'm right in saying, wasn't it that the hub this week wasn't the question? What's your favourite colour? You know, what's your favourite colour? Last week it was, last Thursday. Was it last Thursday? No, last Tuesday. Was I presenting? No, I wasn't presenting it, which means I was watching at home. So it had to be last Thursday. Oh, I can't remember. But I do know the question was asked, and the question came out, the answer was purple. I mean, we were all like, oh, makes sense though. Amethyst always tops the charts as our top of the gems. Oh, I must get that. I keep on saying I must get it organised, and then I never do. Right, I promised myself tonight, before I leave, that I will start sorting out our award ceremony. So, you know, we get so close to it. I know it's not that far away, is it? 100 days till Christmas. Yee! I'm excited. Julie, you've definitely got yours. Anthea, lovely to have your company. The seduction, the luxury of pearl. I think this will be a sellout day. I'm just going to quickly pop them against the neckline, just so you can see them. They're just so elegant, aren't they? Everyday quality glam. And because they are rounds, because, well, to my visual, they're rounds, you feel like they have just that real sense of elegance, as well as the colouring being different. Fantastic. I love those. Looks like those are going to be a sellout. Not surprised by that. Not surprised at all. That's going to be a sellout deal. We have still got for you, I'm just going to give you a couple of heads up. We have got fully bezel set Prasiolite, fully sterling silver bezel set Prasiolite. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of a close-up on these so you can see the attention to detail that we have here. They're individual pendants, individual qualities. I mean, that is for me a little bit of chain added with a feature pendant, a job done for a fantastic piece of jewellery. Luxury look 3, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 feature bezel set. Praise your light. Looking forward to that. Not happening just yet, but soon we're going to be offering you that deal. As we also have our gemstone chain. Brand new gem. My arm actually doesn't fit to the, there we go. Brand new gem. I can't fit it in the screen. I'm like, how do I do that? It is a brand new gemstone garnet and sterling silver chain. That's good looking, isn't it? Really good looking. Has to be, I reckon this is Mozambique garnet to my eye. I reckon it's because it's almandine and pyrope. You can see some of the reds, you can see some of the oranges and the pinks flashing through. I'm reckoning it's Mozambique. I'm putting it out there. It's a guess, but I'm putting it out there. That's what I think it is. We'll find out when we get to the deal. But it certainly looks to my eye like it's Mozambique, which is your, yeah, it's got to be that colour. That's fabulous. That is lovely. Brand new as well, as I say, never been seen before. Well, talking of never been seen before, our Laura, as part of her second designer inspiration bundle, has been given these, and I've never seen them before. Where have my tweezers gone? They were here a second ago, weren't they? What have I done? Okay, I can't find. Oh, did I have them over there? These are your brand new S-shaped designer luxury clasps. Now these are copper with then a sterling silver finish. You have here a beautiful, I would say almost Aztec-like, you know, or even tribal-like finish to the pattern. Or is it actually, is it Grecian Omega sign? Isn't it? Can you see that swirl? Isn't that the Omega sign? Is it? It
does make me think of Grecian.
Grecian.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's something like that, isn't it? Where you've got that detail.
Roman-y sort of. As well.
So basically we've gone through all of the eras there. We've gone from Aztecs, Roman, Grecian, Egyptian. We've gone
very versatile, basically.
Yes. Historically lovely detail to your stone. So the tube that you have connecting the two, this is all sterling silver. Then you have your copper finish to the actual S-link itself. Now you're going to get, and these, as I say, brand new to me. I've not seen these before. These are, have you worked with these before, Laura?
No, it was really nice to see them. A really nice little surprise.
Yeah, and they're the kind of surprise that really probably stimulates a new thought to your designs as well, because they are so different. They are just something a little bit different. You have here, hang on, all five within this pack. So you're going to get 5 of your S-links, as I say, copper base with sterling silver. We're going to stick with Grecian influence because you have got that swirling, almost Omega sign finish to the silver work. So you've got 5 off your S-links. The rest of this kit is redonkulous. My question is, what has Laura been doing up in our production room? Could it be that kind of seductive kind of dancing, especially for this? What have you been up to? Have you got some moves that we just don't know about?
I'm just always nice to Pip.
I mean, this is mega.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it? I know.
Proper mega.
It is beautiful, and it's a real treat to sort of work with it as well.
And it is definitely a treat when you see this combination. We're back to our birthstones again as well, aren't we? In some ways, I feel like we're giving you quite a lot of birthstones today. Oh, well, we have on Friday. You've got a birthstone show as well, but this is probably a perfect way to really give you a taster of the show on Friday, because of course you've got emerald. It's May's birthstone. You've got this You know what I think about this is that it's textbook green. You wouldn't look at this gemstone and ah and think about, I wonder what gemstone this is. It could be emerald. Is it emerald? It is most definitely emerald green. This is most certainly that almost that Wizard of Oz like glow of emerald. You have that intensity, and if you've ever watched the Wizard of Oz, as they come over the poppy fields and they see the Emerald City and in the background on the horizon, you see that almost that luminosity of the Emerald City, and that's the right word for it. It has a glow about it. It has a vivacious intensity about it, and that's what you have from this emerald. So it's definitely textbook emerald. Then we add in, and this is what I mean by Laura has definitely been charming our vaults to get these kind of stones out together.
Yeah.
I mean, one strand, fine, but this is an exquisite strand of garnet. It's got to be, to my eye, and again, you know, it's got to be, I guess, it's got to be, well, it's for me, it's got to be Rajasthan. The level, if I hold this up, is it Indian? Is it Indian? Yes. How do you know? How do you know? Right, how do I know? If I hold this like this, oh, do we have a torch? Do we have a torch? Yes, we have a torch. Okay, can we have a torch that I can turn on? Got it. That's how good I am with technology, folks. Just take a look at this quality of colour. Now, the reason I hold it up, and the reason that you hold up garnet to the sky is because in studio lighting, the one thing that this gemstone doesn't always show you is its qualities of rich colour and then its clarity. So the reason I'll often hold it up to the sky is because I want to check the intensities of both of those things. And that's what you're going to get when you get it home. Look at how it glows with richness. Now, the reason that I know it's from Rajasthan is because there's only one place that I know of at the moment that delivers this leveling of richness of colour. You know, when you think of a bottle of red wine and you think of that pure shade of claret red, and the light moves through the liquid. If you don't, then you know, maybe just go and get yourself a bottle of nice red wine, just for research purposes. Yeah, pour it, and then it's up to you what you want to do with it once you've done that. But if I just do so, this is what you've got. You've got that liquid claret quality about this gemstone. Isn't that beautiful? Yep, gorgeous. So that's your garnet and your emerald. That should be everything, I'm sure of it, but it's not, because on top of that, we're also adding in, isn't that lovely, as almost a neutral or a silhouette gemstone. You have got here black onyx, rondelles. These are wonderful combinations. You've got there that saturation of colour, which just adds, as I say, for me, I always think it works as a wonderful silhouette stone, as a background quality. How about I then add in brand new sterling silver chain, and this is gorgeous. I love this chain. I'm going to hold this out so you can get a close up. Do I need to put a black background against this, guys? Would that be helpful? Because oh, you can tell it's new because everybody's going to go, this is gorgeous. Oh, I think that this might be my favourite chain now. This might be my favourite chain. It's your rectangular link chain, and that's just lush. That's quite contemporary as well, isn't it? That's fabulous. I mean, this is going to be lovely to add a detail. Shall I put this against my neckline? Shall I just show you here? Now, it's a 1/2 metre of sterling silver chain. 1/2 metre, and look at that. Look at how pretty that is. I mean, that could be literally just could be a full chain if you wanted to. Probably two bracelets. But the luxury of this piece is just fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. So, garnet emerald, onyx, and your sterling silver chain. Oh, of course. Oh, sorry, but I forgot to say you've got your brand new S-link shapes as well, haven't you? You've got your. How could I forget about those? What a crazy girl I am. 5 of your S-shaped sterling silver and copper finished S-links. Plus, we're going to keep on adding. Oh yes, it doesn't even stop there. We're still adding to it with wire, and of course, because you've got that lovely combination of the copper and the silver in your S-links, you've then got your copper and your silver in your wire. Your silver is 10 metres of your 0.6 mil. You've then got 10 metres of your 1 mil, and you've also got to top it all off. You've got 10 metres of your 0.4, so 30 metres of wire, half a metre of chain, plus you've also got garnet, emerald, you've got onyx, and you've got 5 of your S-shaped brand new links, and all for one price tag. Now look, let's face it, if you were putting this together elsewhere, you were trying to purchase this elsewhere, I think you'd be spending closer to probably £100. Just to my thinking of the emerald, the quality of the chain, you know, the detail of the cost, the wire, etc. I think my instinct is £70–80 is probably as good a price point as you would normally expect to achieve for this combination. Ha ha ha, no, no, no. How about we go to our static website, go to jewellerymaker.com, you put these together and you would be paying £45.60. However, the price you're actually paying, from £45.60, we go with 30 metres of chain, your brand new S-links, your sterling silver chain, and on top of that, your emerald, your garnet, and your onyx for just £27.95. Now, this is a limited edition opportunity. Over £17 saving on this deal. Loads and loads of money back into your pocket on this. And the only reason that we've taken this price down is because we want to make sure that this is a sellout deal. We want to make sure that this is a wipeout offer. There isn't a massive quantity, you know, we don't have your hundreds like we would probably have a preference to have. We don't have anywhere near that, and we don't expect this to be anything other than a sellout deal based on the variety of ingredients that you're getting. I mean, just look at that combination of the silver and the wire. I mean, that looks fab, doesn't it? Just that combination looks like it's going to make something really exciting. I mean, if I added in the chain perhaps even, so you've got the S. I mean, that is instant designer contemporary jewelry without even adding the gemstones. That is contemporary styled jewelry to the max. And you've got all that, and you've got emerald, and you've got that high grade, and you can see that colour play through the garnet, and you've got it all for just £27.95. 0800 644 655 is the number to dial. You can join me at jewellerymaker.com. If you've got any questions for Laura, by the way, and I never got around to saying that at the beginning of the show, if you've got any questions for Laura, please message in to us. We'll do our very, very best to say hello to you throughout the day. So text into 60777. Give us your name so that I know that I can talk to you, and then we'll do our very, very best. Make sure you start your text with JM Studio so that we know that you're talking to us. Normal network charges do apply. 60777 is the number to text into. Right, we've got loads of people. Loads of people are already on the phone lines on this. Shall I bring these along with me? Come on, let's bring these along on the journey, because it's always nice to see the ingredients. I always think of these as being like my bakery cupboard, because I have a. Well, yes, I've got a bakery cupboard. Have you not got a bakery cupboard? You don't do a lot of baking. Laura, do you have a bakery cupboard?
I have a cupboard.
A cupboard.
Lots of. I've got one of those that you pull it out. It's like a long, tall one. You pull it out and you swivel it round.
Nice.
And it's got like spices.
Well, you sound like you've got a posh cupboard.
It's just.
Laura Binding, it's official, has got a posh bakery cupboard. Mine, however, is just a shelf. But it's still a bakery cupboard.
It's got spices and stuff on it. Not really like baking stuff.
Well, I was about to say, this reminds me of my bakery cupboard, because, you know, you get your flour, you get your sugar, you get your baking powder, and you get your eggs, etc. You put them all together, And what are you going to make? What do you come up with? Well, actually, some people might make chocolate eclairs, and some people might be making Victoria sponge, and another the ingredients are the same. Well, not quite for Victoria, but you know what I mean. But yes, but the ingredients are the same. But look at what you could do. Yeah. There's so many different
definitely
cakes or jewellery, as the metaphor may go. That you can make from this combination of ingredients, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really, and it, like you say, it's really sort of, you feel like it's a real treat to work with it. You feel like you're working with beautiful gemstones. You know, you can. It's just really lovely kit,
isn't it? It's rather luxurious in terms of gemstones, but then it's matched by the findings, and it's matched by, you know, the beauty of the wire and matching together. Isn't that elegant? That's just lovely. So here's your neckline piece that Laura's made, and as you can see, they're using the S-links not just as clasps, but actually as
a feature.
Yes.
Yeah, or as a link. You know. I just think they're beautiful, and again, because there's only that little splash of silver, it allows you to create that sort of mixed metal, but still not be too jumbled. You know, sometimes you get a bit carried away and have all these different colours. It still stands out.
Yes, definitely.
And then because I used all 5 of them, I used to find the one to actually use it as the clasp. So, you know, I just wanted to show what you could do. I mean, that's my kind of, I would wear that. I would wear all of that because, again, it's my kind of colours.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
They're not too heavy. The earrings aren't too heavy.
And the same, you know, the principle that you showed us with the pearls from the last demo, where you showed us how to, you know, lock in to make that. Is that the same principle of what you've done here?
No, I've done something different on this one.
Ah, really?
So I'm going to go through the sort of, what I'm going to do is show the drops and how, because I've actually attached a chain to the outside of the earrings as well.
Yes, you can see it's almost like a framework, isn't it, of chain?
Yeah. So I've done that, and then what I'll do is, you know, touch on the necklace, how you can adapt it to be like the necklace drop, and the sort of the branch, almost like the section of the necklace there as well. Cool. Okay, so and I actually made the earring hooks as well. Ah,
yes, of course.
So
with
again,
the wire.
Yeah. So I'll just say how I've made those as well.
Nice. I like the silver and the different mixed metals.
And it's just that little tiny bit of silver, but again, it's not too much. It just balances it out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So where do we begin?
We begin with the 1mm wire, and I've gotten the hammer and block out for this. So what I want to do is actually form the drops on both of these. The reason the necklace came about was because I did my first drop, and then I went to do the second one and then realised I'd made it too big. So this is what happens when you don't check as you're going along. And that was actually influenced by the size of the gemstones I used, because some of them are graduated. So if you don't use similar sort of size gemstones, it will affect your actual earrings as well. Yeah, so you have to consider that when you're doing it. I mean, all of this in here, by the way, is what I had left. So still had absolutely tons. I mean, I still got that much chain.
So you could do a beautiful charm bracelet there, sterling silver charm bracelet. I mean, I could just imagine that with a drop of the emerald and the garnet for Christmas, your reds and greens of Christmas, with that combination in a charm bracelet. Oh, I feel all Christmassy all of a sudden. Oh, I'm dreaming.
We were actually listening to Christmas songs in the car. My daughter, not for choice. My daughter wanted to listen to them. So
excellent choice.
Got in the car yesterday, and my husband said, "Listen," and it was something like "Walking in a Winter Wonderland" or something like that. And Kayla started singing along to it, and I was like, "Oh no, too early, Kayla, too early."
I don't think there is such a thing as too early when you're a child, though, is it?
No, it's a good song to sing.
Absolutely, I agree with her. I concur.
You concur. Okay, so. Again, it's probably about about 8 inches. It's just like a standard default that I sort of go to. So yeah, as I was saying, you can tell the importance of making sure that you're you use the same gemstones. You get these consistent
shapes.
Yeah, and like I said, but a happy accident. It happened, so I made the whole necklace to go with it, based on the fact that I made one slightly wrong.
Lovely.
Really? Not fancy it.
Happy accidents.
Happy accidents. I'm a queen of them.
We all have them, don't we?
So again, I'm just going to find the sort of centre of this and form it into almost like a little teardrop. Okay, and what I want to do is take my pliers right at the bottom and I'm using my chain nose pliers here because I want quite a sharp want to almost, what am I doing? Being a bit blonde here, sorry. Trying to get like a sharp point, there we go, to this drop. There we go. So just manipulating it with your pliers just to get that sort of sharp.
It's almost like forming like a leaf formation, isn't it? Or at the top of a marquise.
I think I was feeling a bit autumnal with this kit because I did it with the other one. It's like leaves.
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
Did you? It was subtle, wasn't it?
I got it there.
Okay, so, and then all I'm going to do then is, again, just gently manipulate this. And what I do is actually put your fingers inside the frame, and then you'll get a sort of sharper bend at the sort of the tops, just to sort of get that sort of drop shape.
Looks like a fish with a really long fin. That's going to be one fast fish, isn't it?
So yeah, so you can see, but it's just to get that sort of almost like an arrowhead kind of shape. Okay, but I'm just using my hands to manipulate it to get that sort of shape. So obviously I want it to graduate so that I can sort of put the layers of the stones within it. All right.
Yes.
When I've done that, I'm going to actually just hammer it. Not sort of going too mad. But that's just enough to, one, it's going to strengthen it, but can you see how it's sort of, there you can see how it's flattened it a little bit as well. Just give it a little bit of interest really. But it's really locked that shape in, and that's what I was saying earlier about if, you know, if it does spring out, by just doing that, it holds the shape, and then you haven't got to sort of lock the top. So that's all you need to do with that. And then we'll take my 0.4 wire. And again, this is one you're going to need to cut a length off, so probably about a metre or so. It's probably a bit too much, but I'd rather have too much and do it all consistently in one go. Bear with me. Trying to be organised. I mean, organised doesn't work for me, does it? No. You know why I get in such a nice little organised mess. Again, you also get these beautiful tassels as well. You can make some gorgeous earrings with those.
Can I just let you know that I have got, how many have I got left of this kit? Say again, sorry? Okay, we've got probably not even a quarter of the stock left on this deal. I mean, we are literally looking at this. This is likely to be a sellout. If everybody checks out their baskets, I've probably got a handful left. So if you would like to join us on this kit, and that's to our web buyers who have shown interest, now's the time to make your purchase. Now's the time to get this deal. Don't forget, it's a good £17 saving on this deal. If you try to buy these individual on our website, you would be paying over £45, and you've got this deal for 27 today. So it's a fantastic combination of the sterling silver chain, the brand new S-shaped links, plus of course all your gemstones and wires. So really is going to be a deal to buy while we've got it. Looks like this will be a sellout, but I do need to reiterate, it's only going to be a sellout if you're going to be part of it. You want to check out your baskets as well as make your purchase on the phone lines within the next couple of minutes. Thanks, Ed. I just didn't want anybody to miss out on the deal.
That's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just attach my wire to the bottom part of the drop. And I've just got a little tiny towel. I'm just going to wrap a couple of times. What I want to do is just wrap down to the point, and then I'm going to start adding the chain, okay? Because I want this chain to sort of, as we add the stones, we're going to sort of catch the chain around the frame.
Okay.
And then that, again, it makes it look more sort of blended in as opposed to sort of sewing it around afterwards. Okay, so I'm just going to do a couple. And
when it's that long, it comes quite fiddly, doesn't it?
It can be, yeah, but it's just, again, it's about being comfortable in your working environment, making sure you haven't got your tools everywhere because it will wrap itself around the handles of your tools. Okay, and then all I'm doing now is just taking my pliers and just sort of bringing that little coil together so it looks nice and neat. Mm-hmm. Now, because we have got sterling silver chain and I didn't want to waste any unnecessarily, what I've done is taken one of the ends, I'm measuring it so it goes just slightly past that cross to allow for any adjustments as you're sewing it, and then sort of walking it along so I can get an idea, and then attaching it. So I'm not actually cutting it until the very end, and that will then reduce the basically wasting any of it. So, and what you'll see with the way that the chains are, I can show it like this, you should be able to see. And I know this sounds silly, but it's actually quite important. You see how the little links are going in opposite directions? What you want are the ones that you can see facing you.
Continuously, you don't want it to twist.
Yeah, so this little one, oops, the one that I just dropped there, the one that's actually looking straight at you now that you can see through, is the one I want to thread. Because if I try to thread the ones that are facing the actual frame, it twists and it doesn't fall right when you're doing it. So try to make sure when you're doing it that you go through, appreciate my hand's probably right in the way now, but like for the open one, I know that sounds silly, but you just take that time.
It's good. We've got it.
And then all I'm going to do, and again this gets a tiny little bit fiddly just because you're going to find yourself with this really, so you've got a wire, the ends and your chain, but it's just, again, it's like taking that time. And once you sort of get going with it, and again, when you place it, just making sure it's sitting nicely, and then bringing that wire through. And that's the only time you're going to go through it. You don't need to go through it any more times.
Just once.
Just once, and then moving that wire out, that chain out of the way, just go along to the side of it. So if I lift that chain up, I'm just going to start coiling to the side now. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, and again just try and mirror it. And yeah, this will happen. So you can see here I've gotten into a bit of a tangle, and that is just a matter of...
See, at that point I'd just get so frustrated. I can't
bear in mind, I was trying to hold it backwards to show camera as well. So when you're sat at home, you will be able to just sort of sit at home, and as long as you're... it's not a difficult technique or design, it is just a little bit fiddly, so you do have to have a tiny bit of patience with it. So at this point I can get rid of that little tiny
I
tail.
think that's where I go wrong.
You'll be all right. You could do this.
Really?
You could. So I have faith in you.
Thanks.
So what a little cheat now is, although this is a closed area, these are actually open, so you can bring the wire through rather than sort of trying to fight with it. Just feed it through, and you've got that a couple of times. Okay, and again just taking that time to get it equal, and then you're going to add some... I started off just by adding one of the what ones are these?
Black onyx.
They are black onyx. I wasn't sure whether it was onyx or spinel. I was a bit unsure because it's got a real nice
similar sheen.
Yeah, and because it was also high end, I was thinking, oh, is it? Right. So again, this is just taking that time. So this will happen, your chain will twist itself around, so just take that time and then just place it. And what we want to do now, I've got my stone on, okay, so I'm going to just, so all I've done then is just catching it around there to make it a bit easier. Wrapped it a couple of times. Now I want to place my chain and start to catch the chain, and again try to make sure you catch that right loop. Okay, and just take that time to feed the wire through. And then you can see there how that's sitting now, starting to sort of attach. And then again, go around a couple more times. So that's now starting to take the shape.
Yes.
Okay, and then you would just go over to this side. So I'll just start building this up if you want.
Did you guys see that being linked in? I was watching the other screen, and we've just come to show. Did you see how that was all? That's all like following the frame. Did everybody see that? Because I was just checking. Well, just thank you.
Yeah,
that's what I was just going to say. Can we just hold it up one more time? Because I didn't see it, and I just wanted to make sure that we were getting that. That's it.
Yeah,
brilliant.
So you can see how what will happen is those little links will kind of move a little bit.
Yeah.
So you do have to take the time to make sure and sort of tweak them as you're going around.
So you're trying to make it as tight a frame against the frame.
I'm not too worried about it being really tight. I just want it to look smooth. I don't want it to look like it's all out of shape. I want it just to look... I don't mind if it's got a bit of movement.
Right.
But as long as... So seeing it there, how as long as it looks like it's flowing, it's not sort of out of shape, because if you don't get these bits right,
yes,
it doesn't sit right. And I found that out.
Does that just look like a fish?
It does now, I've given it an eye.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It does look like a fish, doesn't it?
All right. It won't in a minute.
Who shall have a fishy on a little dishy? I have got for you some more wire. Ah, thanks. Ben's singing to me that song, When the Boat Comes In. You've got here a fantastic combination of wire. And again, a bit like what we did earlier on, the principles of changing the ingredients, just even the colours of the wire could change the look of your jewellery altogether, couldn't it?
Yeah, it'd completely change it. And that's all you need. And the good thing about these stones is that they will go with any colour wire because they're so sort of neutral, really. Although they're quite poppy colours,
dramatic, aren't they?
They still go with everything.
Yeah, I'd agree. You've got here a combination of your wires. That's including 10 metres of 0.8, 10 metres of your 0.4 twisted with your antique bronze and copper. I love that combination. I think that's one of my favourite combos. Plus, you've also got 10 metres of your 0.6mm antique coloured wire. This is all together a fantastic metallically chocolatey, caramelly, coppery loveliness and great for your autumn collection. Anybody who's wanting to capture that real sense of autumn dynamics to your jewellery, especially your wire work, this is the one for you. 0.8 in the gold, 0.4 in the twisted copper and antique bronze, and then 0.8, pardon me, beg your pardon, 0.6 in your antique bronze. All together 30 metres. If you want to be pedantic, you could say 40 because, of course, it's 2 lots of 10 metres within the twisted wire. All yours for the taking. A fantastic price point about to be achieved. And that's just a static price point from our website. Put them all together, you'd be paying $12.35. The price you're actually paying for this deal, and this is a bundle deal, exclusive price tag offer, is just £7.95. That's for 30/40 metres of wire that you have here. £7.95 is all you pay. And when you consider how much jewellery that you could be making, you know, one frame is using, what, 8 inches, you said max out. Yeah. 8 inches. And when you think about how much jewellery this could make, this for £7.95, I mean, that's a lot of jewellery potential, isn't it?
Definitely. I mean, you can see how much I've got left here. And I mean, I've gone quite gem heavy with the pieces there. You know, I've used a lot of the gemstones, but because they're obviously so little, they just go on and on and on.
And the wire just adds to almost make your gemstones go further anyway, don't they?
Most definitely. And again, you can do the sort of rosary links with these. You can do all of those little sections, you know. So there's tons and tons and tons of scope. And again, I love that twisted wire. I just think it's lush.
I mean, it's one of the nicest that we have.
Decorative.
Yes,
it's lush.
And again, autumnal, very much autumnal influence of qualities. If you do want to join us on this deal, now's the time to do so. As I say, price tag would have been £12.30, I think it was, something like that. You got the price tag. £7.95 is all you're paying right now on this deal. I'm on last of stock for the earrings as well, for the designer earring combination, including our brand new S-shaped toggle clasps. We actually do have some rose gold findings like we had before. I'll just let Laura, you're obviously now building up. So we'll just quickly grab some more of the technique, and then I'll give you another deal on earring findings, if that's cool with you.
Okay, so because of the shape of the drop, what you can see is that these sort of end up arching a little bit.
Okay.
So what you want to do, obviously, if I was to then just do a set amount of wraps, this is something where you kind of need to look at it and think, right, okay, if I was to say, oh, there's only do 2, go and do another line, do 2, do another line, then you're going to find that they're all going to be sitting on top of each other. So you want it to sit nicely as well. So coil it up until you think, actually, that when I add that next line of gemstones, they're going to sit nicely on top, as opposed to sinking down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you can see there, all I've done is, again, I've caught it on the other side as I've gone along. And then I can now add my sort of row of emeralds. And again, it's just...
So you're doing rows rather than like before?
Yeah, doing rows.
You did kind of a random pattern. This is much more...
This is structured a little bit. So this...
it's like an abacus.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Abaci.
Abacus.
2 abacuses and abaci. I learned that the other day. Multiple abacus are abaci. Why did I learn that? I learned it because we were trying to count how many gemstones there was on our sister channel, and somebody said to me, you need an abacus, and I said more than one abacus I could do with, because I was trying to count all of these gemstones, and somebody said, I wonder what the plural of abacus is.
As you do.
And we found out.
Abakai.
And then I set the challenge for everybody who was watching that they had to fit the word abakai into a sentence sometime before midnight that night, like it was a normal part of their vocabulary. And some people did actually succeed. It was wonderful. I did it, and nobody knew I did it on Jewellery Maker. Linda did look at me in an odd way because I used to. I went, you needed abakai to count how many gemstones, and I remember Linda going, "What did you just say?" But I did it. Yes.
Okay, so you can see now, because I've coiled up a little bit, that's now sitting nicely on top of there, as opposed to if I hadn't have done that, it would be sinking sort of right down. So again, these aren't overly complicated. It's just little tiny things as you're doing it that you need to sort of take into consideration. Yeah. So again, now I'm just going to get this chain, and this would look good if you had that twisted wire.
Yeah.
So maybe instead of the chain, framing it with the twisted wire and catching that, again you get that same sort of
principle
look.
Then, isn't it? Yeah. While you're doing that then, while you're linking in the chain, shall I do this?
Yeah.
Because this next deal, if you don't want to make your own shepherd hooks, if you don't want to make your own earring findings, because you're getting this gorgeous wire, and as you can see there, the wire is so lovely in this deal, that to match it with some nice rose gold earring findings, it would be pretty special, wouldn't it? I mean, they match all together so well. Yeah, they do look very nicely together. So you've got your copper wire. Now I bring you your rose gold plated copper findings combination. Again, 24 pairs, exactly the same principle as before, where you have your different shape formations. So you have your classic shepherd hooks. You've also got your closed shepherd hooks. You've then got your rectangle shepherd hooks, and to top it all off, you've got your ovals as well. Where are they? I'm trying to find the oval one, and it's hiding right at the bottom. I'll have to tip them all out. Drat. Okay, at least I can show you them all. So you have here, stay there. You have here a combination. You've got your open shepherd hooks. You've also got your rounded shepherd hooks. You've then got your closed elongated shepherd hooks, and you have your rectangular closed shepherd hooks as well. So all of these together for different shapes and styles of your earring findings. And again, 24 pairs in total. Now, we did these in the gold finish earlier on, and they flew out. Are they going to do the same this time? They're probably going to move even faster this time, because of course it's rose gold, and everybody who's anybody is desperately going for rose gold to add that designer influence to their jewellery. So let's give you the chance. It's going to be first come, first served. I don't have a huge quantity available on this deal, so if you want it, come and grab it. Your price tag is just $7.95. That's $7.95 for 24 pairs. That's 24 pairs in total. 48 pieces, obviously, but that's 24 pairs in total. Working out to less than 30p again, isn't it? Less than 30 pence for each pair of earrings. And if you think about it, the actual ingredient to a pair of earrings, the most essential part is this bit here, and that's going to cost you 30p. The rest of it, well, it's up to you. You could use nominal amounts of additional aspects, pearls, and of course we've seen garnets and emeralds with this deal, but it doesn't matter what gemstone or even findings that you use to add detail. The nicest part about it is the quality is established in the actual hook itself, the earring finding itself, and these are fabulous. They're quite statement, really. All of them are dramatic sizes, and I think that's going to make a difference to the designs that you then put into practice with these. It'd be great to see how many different designs you can come up with when you've got 24 different pairs of jewellery making potential there. $7.95, working out less than 30 pence each. So where do we go to next? So we've slowly linked in and created
added it
the frame.
all in, so you can see as we're going, and then as you go up, I've just decided to start part weaving this one, so you get a bit of an idea. So when you get to the actual top, so you can see it starts to get easier as you're going up. So I'm just weaving this now, as opposed to actually, and this is something you can do as a variation. You know, you can sort of chop it about. But as you were going, what happens when you get to the very top, obviously you want to sort of secure these in. So it's just literally a matter of, and you can see that that's more or less meeting now. And you would, that very last link, you would just stitch that as you have been doing all the way along.
There.
Yeah, so you would stitch that very last link, and then just cut the link after the one you've stitched, and that's all you need to do. And then that would then, and again, that saves your wastage of your, you know, of your chain. Yeah. You could have it sort of sew it halfway up and have it sort of dangling down with some charms on it. You know, there's lots of variations you could do. For the pendant, to make the variation on the pendant, I literally left it as it is here, and then with the weaving wire, brought it up and just started sewing along the lines with the actual, with the actual gemstones. I put one of the larger garnets in the centre, and then just sort of, you know, as I went along, attached the gemstone and just literally stitched it to the wire, and then just formed a little loop at the end of it. To make the earrings, what you would do is just again wrap that wire, cut it.
And these earring findings are fantastic, but the the S-shapes are connectors, but they're also clasps as well. So they have multiple purposes, don't they?
I mean, you don't have to use them. I just quite like the contrasting feature of them being that nice sort of drop. You could just have the little drop straight onto the earring finding if you wanted, and without the chart, without the S-link, if you didn't want to use them. But I like the fact that it's like a ready-made link for you.
I'm going to do you a separate deal on these as well, because I've got a couple of people asking if they can get more of these S clasps, and the answer is yes. So I'm going to do a deal on these, so that if those of you who are requesting it, we may as well answer your request straight away with this deal. So you're going to get 5 again, just as you do with the pack itself, but these are individual purchase now, so you can buy these as a separate purchase. You have here slightly thicker, I believe, from the ones that you've just got with this deal. They're 5 pieces. They're 20 by 12 millimetre with jump rings as well, and they've only been seen once before, so this is a sequel to the first time they were introduced to you. Very well received the first time round. Not surprising that we're now down to last available opportunities on this deal. If you would like to join me, now's the time to do so. 5 of these that you're going to get, 5 of the S-links. They are copper with then a sterling silver detail. Differentials, of course, you can see here. You've got that almost rope-like twist rather than the Amiga detail like you have here. So you've got your different decorations. So you've got that elongation. Can you see how they're a little bit more squat, I guess you would call them?
Makes me think of a gizmo. Like a gizmo section.
Exactly it.
So I would make a nice gizmo feature neck piece here, and then use them to tie in with the gizmo
like
effect.
The links, nice. So you have a little bit different of the decoration, and as you see, not quite as long as the ones that are available on that mega designer deal. You've got 5 of these available. They are copper with then a sterling silver detail, and your price tag for all 5 is just $9.95. Putting that into perspective as well, don't forget, if that's $9.95 for these 5, that's $9.95 within that deal for $27.95. So that's going to go a long, long way to make it a big impact, isn't it? There's a lot of detail. $9.95, and you've used just 2 on the earrings just to create that extra extension and detail, isn't it?
I wanted to create that. Again, it's that statement earring. You know, you've got the colour and you've got the impact, but you've got that all metal look as well. So, having the jump rings, it gives the movement. It allows the whole sort of piece to move as opposed to just sort of being solid.
Yes.
So again, I just like the fact that if you were wearing them, had your hair up, you know, you wouldn't need anything else. You would just simply have that. Or you could tie in with a simple little section of gemstones just there with the silver chain. With this fine silver chain, to be a really delicate, almost not there kind of neck piece, you know. But yeah, I just think they're great.
They're just going to go a long, long way to making a lot of impact. But very, simple usage will create a lot of designer influence, won't it?
Yeah. I mean, I used all 5 of them, so I used the 2 independent just to continue with the look, really, to keep it going. And again, I used one at the back for what is meant to be used as an actual pack.
Yes, class.
I also made my own jump rings for that out of the 1mm wire as well, just to give it, again, keeping it with that metal kind of look as well.
Making everything work on this deal,
giving it a
making
go.
it work. At $9.95, as I say, for your 5 S-shaped jump rings. Where are we going to next? What are we doing?
So all I did was, like I said, I just wrapped, again, the same as the last pair. You wrap it and then just bring it down. And because this is a 1mm wire, you don't need to worry about having a wrapped loop or anything like that. So I'd literally cut it to about 1 centimetre, and then using my round nose pliers, simply form it around into a loop, and then that would tie in with the look. And it also enables you to sort of open it up as well if you want to put it onto a jump, because those jump rings were closed, so they're actually soldered closed. So I was actually able to just add that straight to the jump ring. Okay. So what I want to do just quickly was to show you how I made the other type of earring findings with the little gemstone and the little coil, just again to give that sort of, you know, that whole completely made by you kind of feel. So I've just cut a piece of wire off. Again, I would cut 2 pieces off. And this wire, although it's 0.6, it's quite a strong 0.6. I think it's got like the hard copper core, so it's going to hold its shape nicely. So what you want to do is start off by making a little end, and again I'm just going to use, I've just done like a little, almost like a little pea. Okay, and then just putting your pliers back in. I want to just straighten that up. So it's like a little eye pin now. Okay. So taking the 0.4 copper wire, I'm just going to create my own little coil. Oops, I want to put the stone on first. And again, it doesn't matter if you do that wrong, because you can take the coil off and pop the stone back on. Okay. So I actually put the onyx on. Not all of them will go on, but obviously some of them will, just because of being that higher end stone. The drill holes are a little bit, yeah. So that one's gone on fine. And I pop that coil straight back on. Okay, and what I want to do is just a little bit of a coil. So I'm just going to trim that, and then again just trim the sort of end. So I'm just using my fingers as sort of almost like a little, there we go. Okay, place that down. Use your pliers to sort of crunch away any edges, make sure it's nice and neat obviously. And then just again using your pliers, bend it nice and a right angle to the spring. Using your pliers or handle of your pliers, just pop it straight over. Trim.
It's amazing how quickly that just turn into a shepherd hook as soon as you do that little curve, doesn't it?
Yeah, makes a difference. And then again, I just sort of kick it out at the end. And then all I would do, even though it's a ready-made earring, is because I only want to really hammer the sort of the hook part of it, is just lightly hammer it. Now, when you see sort of sterling hooks, they're always flatter, aren't they?
Yes.
And again, you can just focus on that, and then you've got that sort of flattened bit just there. And then it just looks, and it's nice and solid. It's going to hold its shape, and you just attach that straight to the other side of the link.
Gosh, just like
and
that.
And that's it. And then you've got a nice little pair of earrings.
We have this beautiful chain. It's literally just been put to me. I was like, ooh, this.
It's gorgeous. You know what that would look nice with?
Yeah.
As a pendant, as a chain for that kind of pendant.
Agreed.
Oh, sorry.
Definitely. If you got the last deal,
sorry.
Oh, that's cool. These would go wonderfully well with it. You're quite right. Look at how well that would look.
It's like a ready-made chain.
It is.
And everybody who knows me knows I hate making those types of chains.
the rosary chains.
I'm not patient enough for it. So for me, that's a definite must-have.
Well, I think the combination here as well, where you have, obviously your darker, almost Indian reds, and then perhaps more of your reds and oranges coming together here with the chain. This is a brand new chain. If you got the garnet within the kit, I have to say I think I maybe have 2 or 3 of this kit left, so it is last of stock warning on that deal. I think for me, this is an essential, it's a must-have. You've got to go for it, because this is brand new garnet sterling silver chain. It's just perfect. It really is just sumptuous quality of sterling silver. It is is it Mozambique? I'm on form today.
Yeah, you are, aren't you?
Aren't I? I'm like a proper gemstone form. From like tomorrow morning when I join you at 9 o'clock, I promise you it's downhill. So you may as well enjoy this hour with me, because I've peaked now. We have got for you this fantastic. So it's not just that you've got the qualities of your Rajasthan Indian garnet from that bundle. You've got your Mozambique garnet. As I say, why did I distinguish this as Mozambique? Because it had that mixture mixture of the two colour types. The almondine, which is a little bit more of the orangey tones, and then the pyrup, which is much more of the richer claret red. So that combination equals this look here. So it's a fantastic mix that we're rocking at here. And of course, as you said, you know, this is time consuming, isn't it?
Yes.
To make your own linking chain.
It is. And you know, don't get me wrong, I haven't got the time and two, all the patience. It's just far too much and it's too repetitive for me, you know, so to have it already done for me is brilliant, you know.
Yeah, especially when it's an actual up and running chain that you know it's been designed to get that quality, isn't it? It's there for the taking. It's a grand deal that I'm about to bring you. 1 metre of sterling silver garnet chain, all for one price tag of just $17.95. I mean, think of how much jewellery you're going to be making with sterling silver, of course. This is not silver plated, and there's some, you know, that's another thing is that a lot of people perhaps would attempt to make this, but they do it with probably copper-based chain. Yeah. But this is adding in a luxury of precious metal to your designs. And, you know, even if you were just going to do a simple bracelet, just like that, a garnet, I mean, you could just make yourself multiples of these types of bracelets and charge a nominal fee for them, but it's a spectacular sterling silver quality that you're adding to your jewellery, aren't you?
Yeah, I just think they're gorgeous. And again, if you wanted to change your look, you know, you could have some of them, instead of using the links with this where you have framed the chain, you could actually have that chain as a drop, and then you've taken it up a bit more sort of high end as opposed to sort of a bit more contemporary, where you've got metal look with that one and you could get that sort of more high end look with that.
5 bracelets. That's what I've got. 5 bracelets. 5 sterling silver gemstone bracelets you could make from this 1 metre of chain. I mean, that is a lot of jewellery making potential for just £17.95. 0800 644 655 is your free phone number. You can join us at jewellerymaker.com if you prefer. £17.95. Andrew, Patricia, Barbara, lovely to have your company. Susan and join me. Buys in Essex, Nottinghamshire, Lincolnshire. Need to check out your baskets to guarantee that this deal is yours as well. If you see it and you like it today, don't forget this is a brand new chain. Sterling silver chains like this, those rosary linked style chains, exceptionally versatile.
Oh, definitely. And again, like you say, it's high end. You could just actually link that together and have a long chain.
Yeah, so like a lariat style necklace.
Yeah, just literally as it is, and you know, it's very good for like the sort of festival look, and but you're still getting that high end.
But it's sterling silver
and affordable sort of piece of jewellery.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a nice lariat necklace. I don't know whether you could see it against my outfit, but I think that would look lovely like that. You could see it from there. You could see how it would look good.
You don't even have to do anything complicated to it. Or, you know, a lot of people are doing that one gemstone on a long chain, so you could have that one gemstone on the end of that chain, and again, you're just having that sort of luxurious piece. You could layer it up, so you have a couple of layers. Like that. Yeah.
That looks pretty as well, doesn't it? There was a lady who got married to, oh, now what's his name? I'm going to say Harry Judd, and it wasn't Harry Judd. It was one of the other ones. Somebody else from Busted or something. Danny.
Oh, is it the...
He got married just recently, and his bride, gosh, just looked amazing. And she had this beautiful, like, drape over her hair, and her hair was like all folded in, and then she just had this drape of gems. I don't know what gems they were, but they were draped like this, and I'm sure you don't want to do that because of my forehead, but you're welcome to. But it was literally just like that, and I just thought, how beautiful. It really is gorgeous.
I also noticed we were watching a programme on Sunday. It had a band was performing, a female band group was performing, and about 3 or 4 of them all had some kind of sort of head decoration, you know, coming across the forehead, like the chains going through the hair and that, you know. It looked really cool, and I was thinking, you know, you could make things like that with it. You could get that sort of, you know, unique sort of hairpiece as well. I
tell you what I was thinking as well, slave bracelet.
Yeah.
Oh, we're there. $17.95. There's lots of variants. If you don't know what a slave bracelet is, it's effectively a bracelet that runs, see if I can show you it like this. It runs like that, and then like that, and then drapes like that to look like that-ish. Give or take a little bit. But it looks a bit like that.
Oh,
that's my good
cool
attempt.
as well, actually,
yeah, but that's my attempt at showing you what a slave bracelet is. It's effectively a ring that then works into a bracelet. I quite like the look of that.
Yeah, so I was thinking that the off-centre, that looks quite cool,
Yeah,
like that,
it just
and then
doesn't
snake
it?
it around your wrist.
We could just snake it around
just
it.
like that. Oh, that
Look,
looks
with
cool.
jewellery design in the front of your eyes.
That looks good, I like that. And then you could just do, because you've got teeny tiny wrists.
That's nice.
Look at that.
What about that? That would look funky.
It's cute, I like that.
Isn't it? £17.95, and I've still got enough left. Look, I've got enough left for even a necklace. Would that be long enough to a necklace?
Probably.
I bet it would. Oh yeah.
And if it isn't quite, then if you've got like this plain sterling chain here, you just add that to the other part. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely magnificent look. £17.95 is all you pay for this chain. We've just come up with probably about 15 different things you could do with this one chain. So think about what you've got the chance to be able to make. What is your take? I mean, tassels as well.
Yep.
You know, a lot of designs these days are based on lariat style necklaces with tassels and chain, and that's it. You have it there, haven't you?
Yeah, and again, you know, you could just have a couple of them, sort of a couple of layers of those, and then a couple of nicer, larger gemstones on the bottom. And have a real statement pair of earrings.
And we're not even stopping there with these chains. We are offering you another detail of chain. God, look at the colour of that carnelian. We've just brought you the garnet, now we bring you the carnelian. The colour of this carnelian, that is citrus. That's a proper Jaffa cake orange, isn't it?
That's gorgeous.
Oh, that is seriously citrus.
Like
beautiful
kind of colour.
Without the shreds.
Yeah.
You have here breathtaking, vivacious, citrus. I mean, it just attacks the eyes with its colouring, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Zings. It's gorgeous. I will like this one. Carnelian, I know, but you know when there's certain gemstones that just give you energy. I was talking about this this morning when I was on air. I was saying there's certain gemstones that, and I know that colour is meant to make you feel good or gives you, certainly stimulates the mind into thinking it's red for danger and blue for cool or whatever. But what's interesting is that for me, I often look at colour and feel energised by it. You know, I see this kind of colour and I go, oh, it like, just lifts my soul. It gives me that oh, it gives an energy about it, and I don't know whether that's just how I'm reacting to it, or whether that's the capabilities of the gemstone giving me that freshness and giving me that energy about it. Either way, it just has that sing and that zing to it. It's a really uplifting colour, this stone. It's carnelian with a wonderful gold-plated finish of sterling silver chain. It's a wonderful autumnal look that you're going to be able to create for your jewellery, and everything that we've just suggested, I mean literally everything we've just suggested for the garnet chain, brand new garnet chain, we can say exactly the same for this, and I think even more so coming up into the autumn and winter collections, where perhaps you've got more of your more subdued colours. If you still want to go for those earthy tones but with an earth of colour that gives you a lift and an energy, this is what you have here. You have it all. Carnelian in your sterling silver gold plated chain, and again it's a full metre for one price tag. That price tag, well, it shouldn't be the price that you're about to see, because this piece has previously closed higher, but because we've just seen our brand new garnet chain for £17.95, we're going to price match your carnelian chain. I can tell you this chain has previously been on air at a higher price, but because we're doing these as back-to-back deals, we're price matching the carnelian. You could have been paying a lot more than that, and I can only guarantee this deal is here for now. I can only commit to £17.95 for the here and now of this deal. I can't guarantee you'll go to our website in a few hours time. I've got no guarantees that you'll be paying the same price tag as £17.95. We don't have a massive quantity on this deal either, so it is a case of if you want it, come and grab it. First come, first served. The warmth of this carnelian, the freshness of it, I think is really going to add a luxury edge to your jewellery, a real sense of intensity to your jewellery collection, and all for one price tag, flying out, and rightly so. £17.95 is all you pay. Let's again show you it in a variety of locations, because I think that's when you see the true potential of this gemstone chain. sterling silver, as I say, with a gold-plated finish. That just looks beautiful.
It looks lovely as well. It's sort of would go with any sort of skin tone, you know. And again, you can tone it up or down with the gemstones that you add to it. So if you imagine if you got that first kit that we did with all of those lovely colours, that would add that zest into it.
Definitely, it would almost transform. You know, like the colours that are coming in. If you've been following the colours that are coming in this season for autumn and winter, you know, they're very much rich. They're quite dramatic. They're quite intense, I'd say.
Yeah.
Earthy tones. This is almost giving you that contrast lift. It would match perfectly with those earthy chocolates and caramels, but it would just add a zing, a zest of
like a
colour.
little pop of colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they're not sort of like oversized, they would just be little pops of colour, so it would really sort of just like zing it up.
Yeah, definitely. £17.95 is all you pay. Stay on the phone lines for that deal. Patricia, Margaret, Jennifer, Denise, Angela, you're all there confirming on that deal. Lovely to have your company. 0800 644 655 is your free phone number, or alternatively you can join us at jewellerymaker.com. If you fancy saying hello to us, we've still got an hour on air, so we'd love to hear from you. You can text into 60777. If you had a question for Laura, please go ahead. We'll do our very, very best to answer all your questions before the end of the show. Make sure you start with JM Studio with your text, and as I say, we'll do our best to say hello to you all. Give us your name so I can address you personally. Normal network charges do apply. Or you can of course message us at jewellerymaker.com. Go to the live feed and underneath it says talk to the studio. Type in your message, again give me your name so I can hello to you, and we'll do our very best to read them all out. Loads, and I mean lots and lots and lots still to look forward to here on the show. The fantastic carved, you're having a look at them, right? Look, I've just caught Ryan in the action. He's there, he's checking out those carved flowers. They're amazing, aren't they? See, he was just got to keep an eye on that, Ryan. Just have a look at these. They're coming up within this next hour. Everybody's raving about them. The moment you see them, you know you're going to want them. Your price tag on these, I promise you, you will not be able to guess. You will not guess the price tag that I have for you. It's going to be a sensation. I think this might be the hottest strand of the day. Keep watching to find out just how low I can go. Guess how low?
I can't guess.
Under. Keep watching.
The four most common details considered in the industry when securing a quality gemstone are described as the 4 C's. The first C we look for is colour. The colour of a gemstone refers to the hue, tone, and more importantly, the even saturation of colour within the gemstone. This can make the difference between a poor stone and a highly exquisite gem, being highly sought after by collectors worldwide. Secondly, we look for clarity. Almost all gemstones can contain some type of inclusions formed during crystallization. Some gemstones, for example emerald, are acceptable with inclusions, whilst others are graded on how clean they are. Then we look for carat. Gemstones are always measured in carat weight when cut, and commonly in grams as rough. Additionally, there are 100 points in every carat, so every point counts. And last but definitely not least, we come to cut. The cut is the most misunderstood and underestimated of the 4 C's. The cut should never be confused with the shape of the gemstone. This is the 3-dimensional form, whilst the cut is the direct manipulation of the gemstone's facets by the lapidrist. Many factors are involved here, including the vision, experience and expertise of the lapidrist. If accomplished perfectly, a truly exquisite gemstone can be crafted into a work of art.
Join guest designer Debbie Bulford as she takes you on the fascinating journey of creating face canes using polymer clay. In each chapter, Debbie will guide you through how to create each part of the face. Then, with the final chapter, advance your skills and learn how to add detail and character to your piece. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Thank you to all of our customers who voted for Jewellery Maker to be nominated at the Make and Sell Jewellery Awards. We've been nominated for 8 awards. Please continue to vote for us to win by going to the Make and Sell Jewellery Awards website and registering your vote. Voting closes on the 27th of November.
Welcome back to our final hour of the Design and Inspiration Show. We've got loads to look forward to this hour. It's going to be heaving. The first part of this showcase, though, I'm going to give you a warning, and please heed it. Please know that I'm being absolutely straight down the line with you. Every single deal that you're about to see are one of our most popular deals of the month, and are now miss out showcase limited editions. Literally, we're talking of minimum quantity, but so popular that what we have, we want to put to wear and give you the chance to get the last of stock. It's gonna be very, very fast indeed. We're starting off with, and the reason this has been so popular, the reason that this is gonna be such a big deal offer, and why we haven't. Look at the quality of the gemstones coming together here. You've got rubies, sapphires and emeralds all together. The colours are amazing. Miss out though. You hold on to this one for too long, I'll tell you what, it's not going to hang around in the vaults for any longer. I've got a handful of pieces. This will be a sellout within this hour, so please be prepared that if you want it, and that's going to have the miss out deals are all going to be prepared and go for broke on these offers. Of course, everything still comes with a 30-day money back guarantee, so if you see it and you want it, go for it and know that you've still got 30 days to make your decision. Rubies, emeralds and sapphires, one of the most impressive shades of colour. What a strand this is. Oh, this is not going to hang around. I've already got buyers. Congratulations to you confirming on this deal. I've got a handful. That is it, just a handful to offer you on this majestic combination. Three of the most popular and most sought after gemstones in the world: rubies, emeralds and sapphires. Rubies for July, emeralds for May, sapphires for September, and all delivering in one majestic, luxurious strand. I've got confirmations coming through already. We haven't even talked about the price, so let's talk about the price right now. 3 feature gemstones for just $24.95. I mean, the potential here that you're looking at, some of the darkest, richest, most vibrant rubies, some of the freshest, most glorious sunshine colours of sapphires. You've got the illumination of greens, the richness of blues. You've got it all together for $24.95. I mean, you work with strands like this, you're adding absolute 100% luxury to your gem collection. This is a miss out scenario though. Remind yourself, if you see it and you like it, you'll have to make your purchase now. This could be the only time that you'll see this strand again. This might be the last time that we put this to wear. You may never see a deal like it again. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's definitely gone to Patricia. Deborah, congratulations to you. Shaista, is that how I say your name? Shaista, congratulations to you. Sorry if I've said your name wrong. £24.95 is all you pay for a sell-out offer like this one. Miss out deal. Check out your basket, see if you're one of the lucky ones. Moving straight on, we've got lots still to look forward to on this deal. Straight on we go. Now, I've just investigated this strand and I've looked at it and I've looked again. I said, I can't believe we're allowed to do this. No wonder this is sold out by, how many have I got left? Something crazy like 6 or 7. 7 left. That's it, just 7. And I'm not surprised. I have never, and I do literally mean never, seen Pariba colours of tourmaline in a strand here on Jewellery Maker before. Have you ever seen Pariba tourmaline before? Have you ever seen Pariba tourmaline? On our channel? No.
No, hints of it maybe, potentially, but not really, no.
Look at this. For anybody who wants to know what Pariba tourmaline should look like, that's what I'd say. That to me is what I look for in Pariba tourmaline. Turquoises and shades of vivid blues. Can you see that there? Now right beside it, what colour do you see? Do you see blue? Because if you see blue, that means you've got one of the rarest colours alongside it as well, indicolite. Indicolite, one of the rarest shades of blue. That means together, even just in that little tiny, maybe 2 centimetre patch, you've got 2 of the rarest gemstones in the world for one chance. That's it. 1 extended, extended, extended. Keep going, because look, there's more, and there's more, and there's more, and there's more. All this potential colours of Paraiba tourmaline, potential qualities of indicolite, let alone the reds and the pinks coming together, which of course could be rubellite. This is going to be a sellout deal. It's going to be a miss out. I've got to get the coin. Oh, I better get it in. Look at how many people I've got there. £14.95 is all you pay. There's colours that are most certainly indicating towards the beauty of Paraiba-like colours, and then of course those darker blues with indicolite all the way in visuals, you know, giving you my interpretation of the colours here for just £14.95. It's a sellout. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. I've got to move straight on. Miss it, miss that. This is the one that I said, please can I have like 50 of? Uh-oh. I have nowhere near the quantity that I need. Nowhere near the quantity that I need. I don't even have 20, not even 20 available. I'm in the teens on this quantity, and that does not make me happy. If I was personally in the teens, yes, and I looked like this, I'd be most concerned. If you want to join me on this deal, go, go, go. Black spinel, your graduated faceted drops. They are utter indulgent luxury. There is this high refractive quality to spinel. You know that spinel is an isometric gemstone. If that means anything to you, then you'll be, if it doesn't mean anything to you, you'll be going, what does isometric, what does that have anything to do with me, Vix? Actually, isometric means that it's a single refractive gem. What else is single refractive? Diamonds, exactly. This gemstone has the same cubic formation and therefore the same potential of light reaction as a diamond, and you can see that lustrous quality. Every one of these, I just rotate them round, look at how much the light plays off the surface, that lighthouse effect, that high grade lustrous lighthouse effect from every one of these combinations. It's going to be another sellout. It's going to be a sellout. Oh, go, 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 gosh, go, go, go on the phone lines. Web buys are already snatching, absolutely grabbing. If you want to join us, Leslie, Patricia, Stephanie's already got hers. Congratulations to you. I've got somebody joining me in New Mexico, which is pretty spectacular. We are now an amazing global business, and it's so lovely to have your company wherever you are in the world. It's lovely to have your company. This is not going to hang around. I'm in single quantity figures now. It's going to be a sellout. I've got multi-buys, of course, so I've got to remind ourselves, you know, I actually have 9 in quantity, but that doesn't mean to say that 9 people are going to buy. It could be multi-buys that snatch all of these. £14.95 is all you pay on this tremendous. Phone bidders, you need to be faster than that, because I've got web bidders who are sharp on these deals. Very, very sharp indeed. So phones bidders, of course, don't forget, it takes a little bit longer for you to process your call. Because 0800 644 655, you've got to dial, then you've got to get through to the call centre, then you've got to confirm. All of that takes just that little bit longer than a single click on the web. And of course, click from web to basket to checkout, it's yours, guaranteed. You don't have to panic and go, oh, but you know what, is that it? You know, do I have a money back guarantee? Yes, 30-day money back guarantee on every single purchase. So you've still got that chance to make your decision once you get it home. But you need to make the purchase to get it home in the first place, don't you? You've got to make that choice. How many returns we have? Very, very nominal amounts of returns here at Jewellery. In fact, we just don't get, many people getting strands like this home and going, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Because let's face it, when you get this type of strand home, you're going, oh yes, like the nodding dog, oh yes, 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 yes. £14.95 is all you pay. Shasha, congratulations to you. I was doing my nodding dog impression there. Shasha. Congratulations again. That's going to be another sellout deal. Loads of people texting in now and asking me about these amazing carved, floral double flowers. So they're going to be carved 2 sides. So you literally have got craftsmanship of the highest order. A couple of people trying to guess the price tag. I will suggest you haven't guessed right yet. Will anybody guess? That's the question. Will anybody guess? Okay, we have got for you also coming your way a couple of people. I showed this probably about an hour or so ago, and a couple of people have been waiting, and you know, being quite patient. A couple of people are saying, what time? But that's cool. We like people to be hot on us and making sure that we do the deals when you want them. And these are going to come your way. They are fully bezel set, sterling silver set at that. Amethyst, your green, praise your light. Just wonderful checkerboard detail. And that extension, I mean, those could be flower petals to your gorgeous carved beads that we have coming up very shortly indeed. Looking forward to those. Sterling silver luxury item. Let's go to a fabulous findings deal, and this is how we do fabulous findings. Lots and lots and lots of findings in one deal. So you've got earring posts and butterfly backs. Let me hold them to the profile so you can see here the length of the post. She says, let me do it. There you go. So there's your earring posts with your butterfly back. So you're going to have those. Then you get the, there you go, you get the ball. And we also give you an additional link underneath. Now that therefore means that you can add drops, you can add extras. You could, if we were being conscious about it, what you could do is actually use a head pin to then lock in one of these single flowers. So you could have this look just like that. So you could have a carved flower and a single design. I mean, that's it. You don't need anything else. And that's going to be, it's almost going to be like a perfect stud little mini drop earring, isn't it?
That's what I would do.
Would you?
Yeah, I do love simple drops.
I do.
And that's it, just that and a bangle. They're just lush. I want them.
Yeah, I agree. You have got for yourself multiple. You know what I think as well, because I wear loads of just stud earrings.
Yeah.
In fact, probably most of my earring collection is stud earrings. Is yours as well? Yeah, I think there's quite a lot of ladies who, on day to day, will wear stud earrings. You know, maybe mini drops, but mainly mine are all stud. It doesn't get in the way. With my kids, that's absolutely essential. Yeah. I mean, my son the other day, I literally had him on my head. I was sitting there. Yeah, he was just. What was he doing on my head? What? He's a 3-year-old. You don't ask. He's a boy. You don't ask what you're doing on my head. You just have him on your head. You know what I mean? It's just.
I've got one. I've got a 4-year-old boy. It doesn't get any better.
No, on your head.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just end up somewhere that you just go, how did you do that? How did you do that? Yes. Note to self, wait out for a 3-year-old child in your life. You'll soon know. Quite nice as a warm hat, though. You have got here, you have here an amazing deal. Silver-plated copper earring posts and earring backs as well. We're going to, I was going to suggest, because I wear quite a lot of studs, I would actually just chop off the hoop, and I'd wear those as just hoop studs. Pardon me, studs. I
do that for my daughter because she loses earrings like nothing. Just cut it off and then she'll lose them again within a week.
Yes, and the thing is with these, you don't mind because it doesn't cost you a fortune to buy them, does it? And you literally just, and when if you ever have been to go and get your ears pierced, they do give you one pair of studs like this, but they cost an absolute fortune. They do, and they're exactly what you're looking at here in terms of what you're seeing. It's exactly the same, but they cost you a lot of money. They do cost you a lot of money. Here, you've got a mega deal offer. 50 pieces in total. Beg your pardon, 50 pairs in total. Oh my gosh, I thought that was 50 pieces, so I think that was going to be 25 pairs, but it's not. You've actually got 50 pairs of these earring posts and butterfly backs, all for one price tag. Guess your price tag. $12.95. 50 pairs for $12.95. Well, that's less than 50p each, I know that. It's probably about 40p pence each, is it? Around about 40p is my guess. We're going to do a bit of maths and see if I'm around about right. Is it per pair? I'm nowhere near. 26 pence per pair of earrings. 26p? 26 pence? What do you buy these days that is 26 pence?
And a lot of the time when you buy those findings, you have to buy them separately. a lot of times, if I've bought them in the past,
We used to do it.
you've had to buy the actual posts and then the butterflies separately.
We used to do that at Jewellery Maker though,
Yeah.
years ago, probably about two or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's how we sold them. We sold them like this, and then we made everybody buy the butterfly backs as a
Yeah.
separate entity. And you were probably paying $12.95 for each of them, this, you know, with us. And that was a couple of years ago, and there's no point in pretending that we didn't used to do it. But when you said, hang on a minute, if I'm going to buy a butterfly back, then I'd like to get the post with it, or vice versa, then we listen and we make sure that that's how we give them, that's how we present them these days. And if we can do it at a price tag that is even more accommodating to making great looking jewellery for rock bottom prices, then that's exactly what we do. 26p, did I say 26 pence? 24 pence. I can't remember, 26. 26 pence. It's a bit worrying, isn't it? 26 pence per pair of earrings. And then again, you know, consider what I've just said about making a pair of earrings. Get one of these carved flowers. That's it, just one of these carved flowers. Add in 26 pence worth of earring finding, and you've got yourself a glamorous pair of stud earrings. And that's what I would wear on a day-to-day basis. Anybody who's met me before, you know that I love my things like my Tahitian pearls. I love my larger stud earrings. These are glamorous larger stud earrings at that. Let me just give you some perspective on side, because I want you to buy these as back-to-back deals. I want you to see how these are going to work well together, just to show you some kind of size on the ear. How lovely are those going to look? With a pair of, as I say, with the butterfly backs, they're costing you, and the earring posts, they're costing you 26 pence. 26 pence for the essential finding. And then get yourself something very special here. You're carved, and they are double-sided carved earring centerpieces. I tell you what, I'm going to do these now. Let's do them as back-to-back deals then. Let's give you a back-to-back deal. You've got the earring posts and butterfly backs. Now you're going to get the carved flowers. Excuse me, beg your pardon. You have here a double-sided brand new deal. I've already got people on the phone lines as soon as I picked these up and said let's do them as a back-to-back deal. I've already got people dialing on this one. Web bidders are instant on this phone reaction as well, so please be quick, please be confident that the price that you're going to pay is going to be rock bottom. Go, go, go. Brand new strand, never been seen before. A brand new opportunity. Double-sided carved black agate. Price point wise, there is nowhere near the price that you're actually going to pay on this deal. Nowhere near the price you should be paying, because if you look at the quality of craftsmanship, you look at the carving that we were putting here. If we did it one side, I'd say, yeah, that's a great detail. That is spectacular. But watch this. Turn it over. Double-sided qualities, and that's more time consuming, that's more attention to detail, that's worthy of a higher price tag. That is guaranteed worthy of a higher price tag. You have got over and over again detail. I mean, oh, brilliant idea. Ryan, my director's just come up with a fantastic gents cufflinks. I mean, gents cufflinks. That's fabulous. Oh, my husband would love those. Those would be really smart though, wouldn't they? They would be super smart cufflinks. The right size. Oh my gosh, these are flying out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, of my first stream of people coming in, I've got 12 people who have multi-bought, right? And not multi-bought 2, but multi-bought 3s and 4s on this deal. So you've got to know that's all web bidders who know the price tag. That's how low we're going. That's how low this deal is. That's why I was saying put them alongside your earring post, and you'll be able to match them up, because the price point of the earrings. Hang on a minute. Hang on. If the earring post costs us 26 pence each. I'm going to do some maths here. Watch out. Well, actually, not me. I need some maths to be done. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 40. Right, there's 40 on this strand. Let's work on the principle that you've got 40 of these, right? It's going to work out at 20 pence per gem. Now, that means 40 pence per earring plus the 26 pence. You're about to make yourself a pair of feature earrings for 66 pence. You can't go to our chocolate machine because you've just been there today.
70 pence.
70 pence for a bar of chocolate, and that's from our vending machine.
I know.
It's a mega deal offer, yours for the taking. You'll not get a better deal from my expectation of qualities of craftsmanship, double-sided carved expertise for just £7.95. We have been bombarded by phone bidders as well as web bidders. An amazing deal there. I've got Alison, Giselle, congratulations, Amanda, Kay, Sharon, Anusia, you've got yours, Joan, congratulations, Sheila, Alex, Barbara, Linda, Patricia, Mary, Isla, you've got yours, Elizabeth joined us in Merseyside. Plenty of people confirming day in, day out. I see deals that I just look at and go, that's a great price tag, and then pieces like this come along and go, that is an unmissable price tag. This is an outstanding. You know, the thing is that if you stood the Sphinx beside the pyramids, right, and then you stood the Taj Mahal alongside the Eiffel Tower, it would be very difficult to distinguish which was the most impressive, right? It would be really difficult to say which was the most impressive. But that's what you have to do here at Jewellery Maker. What is the most impressive to you? Because they're all incredible opportunities. But this is where I think you're almost standing against the works of art, and you're now standing alongside something that's almost impossible to compare against, because we have nothing to compare like this against, have we? Not with the carb, not like this.
No, a very, 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 very long time ago, we had a kit once, and they had very large versions, very, very large.
Did you?
Yeah, a long time ago, and I've only ever seen it once, and then I bought the whole kit just to get that strand. So I would be buying that, because now I've got the more sort of, because they were very large, wearable, more sort of, you know, versatile size, because you've got a ring there. Imagine that as a ring.
Yes.
Just one stone. And you wouldn't hide it with wire work. You would literally make the ring.
And because it's double-sided, it wouldn't matter if it rotated.
You could have it like a spinny round one. Like, you can get the stress release, can't you? Where you can spin in the stone.
They're massive in Italy at the moment. Moving gemstone, moving discs, they're massive, massive. This is flying out, rightly so. You know, at a price point like £7.95 for so. Remember that I've counted 40 on this strand. I mean, if you want to go down Laura's road, look. That's 40 solitaire rings. You want to go down Mine Road, it's 20 pairs of earrings for £7.95. Or you could do it as a set. Okay. Exactly. Go down both our roads. We're like a dual carriageway. Now is the time to do so. 0800 644 655. Join us at jewellerymaker.com. It's a go deal. It's your designer inspiration show here on Gems at Jewellery Maker, and we're offering you gemstones of the highest distinction, of some of the finest craftsmanship. And often is the case, Laura, it is craftsmanship like this that allows the designer to almost just let the stones do the talking.
Yeah. I mean, even though, like I said, even though I said a ring, it would be a simple plain ring. It wouldn't be loads of wire work going around. You know, it would be a simple ring, just to let it sort of be itself, because that's all it needs.
And you know that we were talking about that Italian movement of gems and beads. At the moment, there's this tradition, and you might have seen there's 3 or 4 big designers, Italian designers mainly, that are bringing out, and you'll have seen it if you look on our sister channel. Our Vicenza range is all about movement of the either the metalwork or the gemstones. And if you put one of these onto a head pin, I haven't got a head pin, but if we put it onto a head pin and then you let it spin round and then literally just had, do you know, see what I mean?
Yeah, you just literally, it would just
spin around. It's carved all sides. The detail is all sides. You wouldn't have to do anything else. Yeah. That's it. Just let that movement spinning around. £7.95.
It's just amazing,
isn't it? It's
just cool. I mean, black as well, being that colour that will go with everything. So when you're wearing something like I'm wearing now, I can't really wear a necklace. So what I would do is have one of those eye pin and do a loop either side and just attach chain and have it sitting quite high up. and that would be a staple necklace.
Yes.
Because it would go with everything.
That's
If
it.
you don't want to wear anything too over the top, you just want to wear something a little, a little bit subtle, that's all you need. And that, again, that's just one gemstone.
Yep, and it is a feature strand, absolute feature strand, $7.95. I'm going to move on. I've got some big deals to fit in. If I've got any left by the end, I will pick this back up again, okay? If I have any left, I've still got people on the phone lines. If you want it, it's yours for the taking. But if I don't have any, then I won't pick it back up. But if I do, even if I've got a handful left, I'll put it back to where to remind you to guarantee. Still got people who haven't checked out the baskets on that deal as well. So yeah. Dicey deal in that one if you don't check out your baskets. Where should we go to next? What do we fancy? Yes, the drops. Okay, we've got something going on. Boys, do you know what this next section is? Oh, look, I was going to click my fingers and everything. Ryan, premature Ryan. Let's try it again. You still went too fast. Wasn't even that good when we did it, was it? Wasn't even worth it. Don't worry, we will be practicing that later on. We have got for you an amazing price / opportunity. Just look at the quality of your sapphires. Soft dusky pinks, beautiful rose petal tones, heading towards almost ruby-like reds, and all together drop design stones of luxury, and yours for the taking. We're going to go straight down on this price tag. This is of course September's birthstone, and you know it's going to be a price / offer. How low can we go? Should be, and this is the thing, should be $34.95. It's high grade sapphire. Again, I'm just going to get out my trusty earring posts and butterfly backs, and then add in one single drop sapphire. Isn't that an elegant look? Just to remind you, this is a price / offer. You're not paying $34.95. I've already got people confirmed on this. People are already happy at $34.95, but it's not the price we're holding. Everybody pays the same price. If you've already confirmed, the good news is everybody pays that low price. How low can we go? Oh, the grade of the gemstone hasn't changed. The quality of the stone, the delight of owning a precious gemstone it's not changed. The only thing that's changed is the price tag, and the only thing that we've done is dropped it like it's hot. $27.95. It is hot, mind, isn't it? It's hot pinks, it's passionate reds. You've got that luxury regard, and again, how many pieces of jewelry can you influence from one design strand? You know, you've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 20. You know, you've got over 30 to 40 gemstones on this strand. Again, that's a lot of jewelry. That's a lot of sapphires. That's the thing. These are genuine sapphires, precious gemstones. Last limited availability on this deal. Price slashing to $27.95. Must check out your baskets. I've got multi-buys on this deal. Genuine precious sapphire. A luxury, of course, this month's birthstone, and all yours for the taking for $27.95. Okay, onwards I go. Where shall I go to next? I have to go to another price / offer. Can I just repeat that? The graphics are not changing, because we're about to bring you kyanite with a price slash. I kyanite believe it. Ah, thank you. Okay, you are about to get yourself kyanite from one place only in the world. That's from Nepal. We are about to bring you, see, this is an amazing gemstone, an absolutely extraordinary stone. You know, when we look at this gem, you see the beauty of these blues, the richness, the royal shades of these colours is what captures your attention. And what you must realise is that the reason that this gemstone is so pure in colour, the reason it is so naturally beautiful, is that in the Earth's crust, the temperature and the pressured environment in which this gemstone is formed has created a wondrous depth of beauty. And what you have in location terms, in fact, I'll get me piece of paper. I'm going to get my trusty piece of paper again. This is what's happened when Pangaea, which is the one continent, when Pangaea was forming, and Pangaea is one massive land continent, one mass continent. There was no divide between the different countries and continents. It was literally one big land mass, right? And when that happened, everything split because the tectonic plates were moving underground. And as it happened, what then happened in this one location in Nepal is this pressure, like this, pressure, pressure, pressure. Now, as the pressure happened, either side as the tectonic plates pushed. Now, this is total pressure. From my hands, you've got to imagine these are the tectonic plates pushing pressure onto the Earth's crust. And as it did, what happened? The formation of the Himalayan mountains. The landmass of utter pressure pushing created this amazing location. And if you've never seen this location, it's amazing. Take a look at this picture. This is the Himalayan mountains. Can you see the divide? There is such a large landmass that rises that you can see from one side you have green, beautiful, lush vegetation. The other side, stark, arid landscape. That's because, again, the pressure of the environment underneath the stone, it creates this amazing penetration of drama for Mother Nature. And what makes the difference for you, and why this pressure makes a massive difference to you, is that it then makes the depth of blues in kyanite like no other. There literally isn't another stone that has this level of shading of blue. Not even sapphire can compete to kyanite from the Himalayas. This is a gemstone and a half, and you've got some of the finest sourced stones in the world. Hang on a minute. Oh, I've just remembered. We're price slashing. I totally forgot. That we were price slashing. I was so busy thinking about how gorgeous it is to have kyanite back in stock that I totally and utterly forgot that we're price slashing. Let's do it. Let's slash the price you should be paying on this, and rightly so. Think about where we're sourcing from. One of the most amazing locations in the world to source kyanite. You've got it for 60 carats. Should have been $29.95. We price slash to $21.95. We'll go as low as we can on these deals. We'll squeeze every single penny out of your price tag. $21.95. Nepalese kyanite, the royal shades of blue that can't even be compared against to the likes of sapphire, because this is a true blue stone. Its name derives from its colouring. Kainos lithos, the Greek for blue, kainos, lithos, Greek for gemstone. You have got your true blue gem all the way from one of the definitive locations in the world for luxury colour. The pressured environment of forming the Himalayan mountains is what created the wonderful depth of blues that you have in this. And we have price slashed to $21.95. Such an enviable opportunity, such a magnificent chance there. Huge congratulations for you. We are moving straight on to another price slash. Are you joking? Well, these are no. Before I even go there, We know every time we've done bezel set gemstones, they fly out. There is no need to price slash on bezels. Sterling silver bezel set gem. There is no need for this. Absolutely no need at all for us to do what we're about to do. I mean, this is Jewellery Maker at its best. This is why you buy from us. This is why you watch us, because quite simply, we take what we know you want, and then we drop the price even lower than perhaps we would ever need to go. This is a mega quality of your Prasiolite. These are your green amethyst faceted ovals. They're almost, and I would dare to say they're almost marquee shaped rather than ovals for me, because you have got those extended points, and of course that's much more of a marquee shape than it is an oval. Here we've then surrounded them by sterling silver. It is pure 925 sterling silver surrounding, and you can see here these are individually top quality looks. I mean, even if you were just going to make yourself 7 pendants, maybe using that lovely solid sterling silver chain that we got in the deal earlier on in one of the kits, you would love to see that as a centre look, wouldn't you? That really that's lovely. Don't forget that if you're buying on this price point right now on the web, it's not the price you're actually going to pay, and everybody will pay the final low price. So if you'd prefer to guarantee the deal is yours, then confirm, and then you'll pay the lower price tag, because we are about to... We don't need to do this. We do not need to take the price down. That's why this has got to be a sellout. It's gonna fly, because your price tag that you should be paying to the price that you're gonna pay, it's almost ridiculous to contemplate either. If you want to join me, 7 centerpieces, sterling silver bezel set of your green amethyst. The amethysts themselves crisp and clean, which means lovely light through play through the gemstones, and all for one price tag. Everybody's going, I wonder how low they're going. I wonder how low they're going to go. How low are we going to go? Well, of course, at $27.95, we know we could have probably sold out at this price point, because I've got plenty of people. I've got Patricia, Jean, Anne, Faye, I could go on and on, Andrea, I've got loads of people who have already confirmed and happy to pay $27.95. Let's go lower. Check out your baskets. Computer says no. Oh, we override because he's like, no, it's $27.95 and I don't care what you're typing in, and yet we override to take you to $21.95. Each one of these spectacular pieces costing you just over £3 each. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, quality all the way. Would you imagine going to a jeweller's shop, and it is a boutique jewellers that would do this type of grade of gemstone, and then offering you a sterling silver pendant for just over £3? You know, I said I went to London this weekend. Well, when we went to the train station, we bought those magazines. You know, the magazines in the pack? Right, we bought, you get 2 magazines in a pack, don't you? And they're meant to be better value. But we bought one of those packs and another magazine that we all liked, right? There was 5 of us all went together. How much? £4.20 something. Or alternatively, for £3 and something, you've got yourself a sterling silver bezel of a green amethyst. £3 something. That's it. Probably £3.15, £3.20, something like that. And look at the impact of the jewellery that you could be creating. If you went to your local jeweller shop with £3.20, what would they offer you? I can guarantee they wouldn't be offering you this type of quality of sterling silver, let alone quality of gemstone. They might even, to be honest, I was going to say, they probably wouldn't even offer you to change your watch battery for that price tag. I'm not even joking. I tried to change. I had my watch battery. I had my daughter's watch battery changed, and that cost me, I think it was $15.90 something. And then and that's just a little, you know, a little child's watch, you know, nothing extravagant. I had my own watch. My husband bought me a very special watch some years ago after he was very ill with pneumonia, and I looked after him for a very long time to get him recovered. And as a thank you for you know, everything that I did, bless him. Not that I asked for it, but he bought me a very, very special watch. So it was a bit of an expensive watch. Hands up, it was probably more money than we would have ever considered buying, but it was probably quite a special time for us. You know, he'd survived pneumonia. And he bought me this watch, and I took it to the jewellers to get changed. I walked out the jewellers before I even got the battery changed, because I was thinking, gosh, I need to have a mortgage out to change the watch battery. So much money to change a watch battery.
My husband took 2 watches, because he's a very big watch fanatic. He loves his watches. That's
Does
his
he?
one thing. Yeah, he guaranteed if you ever stuck present watch.
Oh,
but it has to be a proper. You know, has to be a good watch. It has to be a man's watch. You know, and he took it to a store, and he's just paid £40 to have 2 batteries replaced.
£40.
And it doesn't even work. He's got to take one back because his watch keeps stopping.
£40.
I actually thought, I was like, what, just for your battery?
And no, because surely years ago, wasn't it like they cost like 50p or something like that to change your watch back? Didn't it? That you could change your own watch battery, or you just used to wind them up. I mean, that was it. You could literally just wind it up. Not these days.
Yeah.
Hand over, as I say, I literally walked out when the lady told me how much it was going to cost to change my battery. I walked out in a little bit of shock. I was mortified. I rang my husband and I went, never ever buy me something so expensive again, because I can't afford to keep it, you know, I can't keep it ticking. Did you see that bit? $21.95 is all you pay on this. I'm moving to where? We're not. No. This is a cheeky deal. Very, very cheeky. Now, this has been a very well received strand. Very well received strand. You have here the luxury of pink amethyst. If somebody said to you kunzite, would you question it? I wouldn't, you know, because it has all of that like phosphorescent glow of those pinks and purples that you would really, you'd associate to high grade, probably Minas Gerais location of kunzite. And of course, kunzite is one of the world's most respected designer stones of choice at the moment. So you have here certainly some of the crispest, and normally with this type of gem, you expect some type of internal haziness, you know, quite a lot of texturing. You just don't see it here. You have such a crisp luxury of a strand. Not surprising, this strand has been very well received in the past, and yet, guess what? We're price slashing. Oh, it's a cheeky kind of a day. We're price slashing on something that we know is already popular. Seems a bit silly, but that's the kind of show that we are. We like to just push our boundaries every single time you tune into us. Boundaries on price, qualities of luxury. That's what you've got here. Your question has got to be, where are we going? If we're already under £20 on this strand, how on earth can we guarantee this lower? The grade of the gemstones, the luxury of that transition of light through the stones. How do you fancy £5 back into your pocket? Yes, seriously, we're dropping you lower. How low can we go? The luxury of pink amethyst for $12.95. There's your number. That's the one you need to be dialing. Web buys, check out your baskets at jewellerymaker.com. It's the femininity almost paralleling that of kunzite. Of course, those of you who have tried to purchase kunzite recently, you probably would have had to have that mortgage that I was talking about to guarantee yourself that type of quality for a rock bottom price tag. An amazing deal there. $12.95 is all you pay. Just to say that I did promise that if I had any left of the Carr flowers that I would let you know. The Carr flowers have been super duper ridiculously well received, but there is some left. I'm not saying I've got masses, but I do have some available left, and I did promise that I would let you know if I had any available. There is just a handful left, so it's there for the taking if you want to join me. Double-sided carved flowers. Let me just rotate those so you can see the double-sided detail. Price tag on these, $7.95. $7.95 for that deal. The code on those, guys, can you just give me the code so I can guarantee everybody who's joining us? Mike Tango, MT GP 59. Okay, there's your code. $7.95 is your price tag. $7.95 for those. And of course, as I say, you've got so many different varieties of pieces. You could actually put these pieces into there, couldn't you?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
You've been a very clever lady today. Are you chuffed?
I am actually. I am really quite chuffed.
You are going to be so impressed. You have done amazing. You would, because I know you said, God, Vix, I normally work with bigger pieces.
They're like...
Oh, shall I take that off and give you a real close-up? Would that be good, Ben? Would that be all right for you? Look at this. That's gorgeous.
I know it's only tiny, but you know everybody likes it.
No. This is my kind of jewellery. That's my kind of jewellery. That is absolutely, that is your zircon as well. That's over a carat of zircon.
What a surprise, I went for the nice shiny blue.
Oh, that's beautiful. So you've just encased that with your metal, and then you've done a different type of design altogether for the chalcedony.
With one of the
cabochons.
So I wanted to try and use the 2 different sort of cuts of them as such.
And you got 12 of these stones.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I've still got all of these in here.
You've got the ruby still to work with, the peridot still to work with, the amazing black star diopside. And all those came in one deal for $39. They were $49.95. Actually, $39.95 is the price that you're paying on this one. So if you do want to join me on that, this is the chance for you to be able to do so. It's a spectacular, and I mean, this is just showing you, Laura's renowned for her larger wirework detail. This is much more in keeping and reminding you that you could do anything. Once you start, you've got everything. I have to say big thank you to Laura today, because it's been nice to have your company. I think they might let us work together again.
Fingers crossed.
They so won't. It's been lovely to have your company. We've got the late show starting straight after this, and I know they've got some mega deals, so don't go anywhere. See you in the morning. Bye-bye.